No, he worked with Adam Sandler a lot.
Correct.
Not me.
I'm gonna eat some
Or
granola.
no, it's not an actor, it's a comedian. Anyways, I think religion's a lot like not the Monty Hall problem, the Newcombs box problem, cuz the smart people make the decision to take both boxes, which indefinitely makes them have less money than the people who take one box, even though it's the smarter, more correct decision in the moment. The same way I feel like religion, the people who take a second step back and look at it can rationalize purely logically that that's the incorrect belief system because there isn't a rigorous enough framework yet.
You're
If
quiet.
significant damage
You
is
are
Put your mic in your
you
mouth.
are
occur.
Put your mic in your
condensing
mouth
the
or something.
information too much.
Go
I'm
ahead.
too much of a retard. You were
You
saying
guys
that they
ever
are.
noticed? I'm sorry.
You got really
I just
quiet for
wanted
no reason though.
I just wanted him to like maybe go back and elaborate a little bit because I
On
understood only
what?
half of it. You said it's a Newcombs
Yeah, so
problem and
Newcomb's box problem is imagine there's a robot Newcomb, and the robot comes down periodically to play a game with a random citizen, and this time it comes down to play the game with you, and it's never been wrong before. Now, that doesn't mean it can't be wrong, it just hasn't yet. And it looks at you and it says, in front of me, I have box A and box B. And
Oh, it's a laser.
here's box A. You can see inside of box A, and inside of box A, there's $1,000. And inside of box B, there might be $1,000,000. There might be $0. You can't see inside of box B. And Newcomb, the robot that's never been wrong, tells you, I've already made my decision and predicted. And if I predicted that you're going to just take box B, there's $1,000,000 in it. And if
Just
I
let her sit.
predicted you're going to take boxes
I
both
don't.
A and B, I put $0 in box B.
Holy fuck! It's a
So
laser beam.
now that we've put that hypothetical in play, I'm saying smart people take both boxes, dumb people take one box, and I'm saying religion works a lot like that. It it's it religion isn't someone who comes to it in a purely logical means domain, and it won't work that way.
Yeah, so with I know about the hypothetical that you're talking about. I am the kind of person who actually feels uncomfortable talking about that hypothetical, cause I'm like, yeah, I'll just pick the one box, but I don't want to talk about it. Do not talk. I understand the entire reasoning. Um, I don't want to talk about it. Um,
Okay, well I won't
I don't know
I won't rape you via mouth. Don't worry.
Damn, bro.
what.
Yeah, you're not in like an
Okay.
I
Indian
won't force
bus.
you into a conversation. I won't
No,
commit
no, no, no,
auditory
no.
rape.
That's not that's not what I meant. Like I'm happy to have a conversation about it, but I was just explaining like how I felt the first time I was introduced to it. I mean I it's an interesting thing that happened in my brain, I suppose. Um,
Infinite's
but
an interesting thing that happened in some people's brains.
I,
Being
I
envious
see.
is an
If
interesting thing, also.
but I think you were
You
saying
sound
something
like an
more.
interesting creature.
Oh yeah.
Ah,
I followed you until you said that, but then I think you said something more, and that's why I was curious because I missed that part of it. Um,
So you missed the second half?
yeah. I understood the first
I
half.
just think that religion is this advantageous thing that if people, like I said, in the same sense for Newcomb's box problem, if you just go with your instinctual, if you just go with your instinct, you end up in a better situation. And I feel like our instincts lead us into a position of God. and I feel like non-believers are people who are non-instinctually based because they understand type 1 and type 2 errors. And because they understand type 1 and type 2 errors, they come to the conclusion that God doesn't exist, the same way that I come to the conclusion that you should take both boxes. And type 1 and
I
type 2
think
errors are like, if I hear a rustle in the bushes, and I assume that it's the wind,
Black guy.
and I go and it's actually a lion and I
Sasquatch.
die, versus I assume it's the wind and it's actually the wind. Those are type 1 and type 2 errors.
What if it's
right.
God?
I like to call it as false negatives and false positives, like better because it's more
Yeah, whatever
explanatory.
you want
But
to call it to
neg-
help in your head is fine. It doesn't matter.
right, right. I I think it's interesting to talk about this. I kind of agree with you. I used to go on this meme, which is somewhat related, called esoteric apism. um, because it's like I think that um we have a nerd society. You know what I mean? Um, and what you're saying, I think, applies to not just like religious, whether you believe in God or not, but like a slew of other things, which is to be able to trust your instincts and also to hone them. Because if you never trust them, if you never pay attention to them, you cannot.
Damn, you guys sound like Jews right now.
No, Jews is the
Thank
opposite
you.
of.
Not Jews, Israelis.
Dude, I want to fuck a Jew so bad.
This is the opposite of the
I
Jewry,
hate
though. Like
Palestinians.
Me too.
Jewness.
And yet I
I also hate
still,
Jews. They're the worst.
I don't. I want
Oh, dude, I can't wait for
coitus.
all of you to
I
kill
want
each other.
coitus
It's
with
gonna
a
be so
Jew
good.
so bad.
Oh, so good.
But this is an
Sorry, I
anti-Jew
interrupted you. That was
statement,
boring
though.
as fuck. Trying to get you all
You,
triggered. Say
well,
something else.
I do wanna, and this is gonna be schizo, and people are gonna be calling me anti-Semitic after this, but just purely artistically, this is this is an anti-Jew idea, though, to be like anti-nerd almost, as a nerd myself. Um, because to analyze everything and to pick the analytical choice is being a nerd, right? So like I make a model out of everything, and I try to like number go up and all of that stuff. That is all like nurtured. And you know what I mean? I don't know if I'm making any sense or I'm sounding schizophrenic. Maybe I'm sounding schizophrenic. I'm sorry. Hmm?
Maybe you are just schizophrenic. Yeah.
Partly, but not really.
What a sentence. What a
Okay,
sentence.
I got a question. Who's the best looking
Okay,
female
look, I
Jew
am
of all
trying
time?
to
It's
explain
okay.
something
I'm
in
just
words.
I'm just fucking with you because no one's responding and I'm high.
You should,
I mean,
like
I'm
esoteric,
pretty
you know that,
sure.
right?
I'm pretty sure that India, the BJP actually receives funding from Israel, like
Nice.
direct, like they get lobby money from Israel. Similar, they have like
Wouldn't they?
an APAC essentially equivalent in India, and one dude was telling me about it. It's apparently pretty controversial in India right now.
What is controversial in India? The funding thingy?
Yeah, yeah. Have you heard about it? Let me see if I can find the article that Dark sent me. Or fucking this shit. The BJP being sent money from Israel. Let's see here. Maybe he was just saying shit. I don't know.
I mean, maybe they do, maybe they don't. I don't know actually.
Oh, in India, you're not required to disclose political donations. Like,
Or
is there a law for that?
scam money?
I know in some countries you don't even have to disclose it, so like nobody really knows um who funds what party.
Did you say dark as
But-
in dark Karl Marx? Big fat titty Tony.
Hmm?
Did you say dark?
Oh no, not Dark Karl Marx, but
Oh, okay.
there was another dude.
I was about to say that's an absolute travesty. You might as well be taking shit directly from black liberation propaganda. By the way,
Devotees
who is the best looking female Jew of all time? I'm saying Susanna Hoff. That's my vote. But,
I don't know enough
Old are you?
Jews
I've
to
never heard of
know
that
who
bitch.
the best looking one of all time is, but I'd fuck them all.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
going
they
with
all
Susanna
big tits
Hoff.
and nice faces, dude. I love Jews, bro. As long as they don't got the ugly, like, nose, you know?
No,
Dude, I
Susanna
love-
Hoff does not have big tits at
I'll
all,
fuck
but
the
she
shit
is
out of
very
her.
well
Dude, a
proportioned.
medium. I don't like big tits.
By the
dude.
way, big
Medium,
tits don't make a
small-
woman look better. Just so you know.
No, they make her
but
look
on
worse.
Jews they do.
Doesn't.
No, they don't. Look,
No.
you're watching
Oh,
Ben
bro,
Shapiro's
what?
sister too much.
Yeah, it's silly shit.
Who the hell's that? No, you mean his twin, dude? His clone? Oh, she's hot as fuck, dude.
Did you just
I don't
say
even
his
think
twin?
she's that
and-
attractive.
Did you
That's
just
what's
call
crazy.
Ben Shapiro hot? Did you just say
Yeah,
his
female Ben
twin?
Shapiro's hot.
Yeah, I
and then
didn't say
call
she
her
was
hot at the same
Are
time?
you retarded? Are you gay?
Like, you're the one that
Are
just
you
said the
gay?
gayest. You're the one
Bro,
that just said the
female
gayest
Ben
sentence of
Shapiro
all
is
time.
So hot, dude.
No,
What?
she's
Calling
actually
Ben
not.
Shapiro
Wait,
hot is the
wait, do you
gayest
not
sentence
know
I've
who
ever
she
heard.
She's
Why are
actually
you
not,
rage baiting
but
me?
you all act like she is because of the fact that she has
Bro,
big
she's
tits.
so hot. What's her name?
She's
You
actually
know her
not.
name because you're a
Dude,
faggot, I
she
can tell.
just.
Her
What's her name?
nose
I don't know
is
her name.
her nose and face is actually really unattractive.
Dude,
Anyway,
she's fucking
side
hot.
chat.
Bro, when
I
I
think her nose.
Google
I think
Jewish
her
women-
nose is
women,
okay.
Anyway,
I got
side
different tastes.
chat.
I like
Side
her
chat
to
for an
drink.
actually attractive
She's
Jew,
really hot.
and in my opinion,
Gu-
the hottest
guys,
Jew of all time.
when
so.
I Google Jewish females for the conversation,
Indian chicks
and
aren't
the
that hot.
third, the fourth, the fifth result is like the seventh result are black females. Black Jewish? I didn't know that was a thing.
You're
That's a
Jewish?
thing?
Nah, you
Nah.
gotta
You
learn.
don't
You
sound
gotta
Jewish.
you gotta do your research, Moo. You gotta
Are
do
you
your-
familiar with?
Well, I'm talking about
like,
ethnicity,
how
not
the Jew?
religion. So.
Bro, I just found super credits.
I will say.
Are you familiar with
Oh.
why the Jews stopped living in Judea for a few thousand years?
Big sister,
What
it doesn't
happened to them
have that,
after
though.
they scattered?
I've like barely like I've like sort of heard about some things like being referenced, but I don't know about it. No.
Yeah, Susanna Hoff makes Gal Gadot look like a boy. Honestly, like it's not even close.
She's very hot.
Post pictures of her, bro.
I did. She's in
And
the side
Gal
chat.
Gadot is attractive,
Right.
but she's not like
Side chat,
ridiculous.
dude. She's in the side chat.
Have you guys seen Wonder Woman?
I'm
Which
trying to make
one?
a
There's like
calamari.
four
No,
of
I'm
them.
a fucking no. I'm Patrick Starr. I've been under the sea.
But yeah, she plays in Gal Gadot. Gal Gadot.
Oh,
Gal
Gadot.
got
Oh,
it.
she's Wonder
he said
Woman,
Gal
Tony?
got it.
You fucking retard.
oh, Gal Gadot is Wonder
Gal
Woman.
got
Big
it.
Fat Tony.
Yeah, got it. Gal's got it, bro.
She's
Gal's
Wonder
got it.
Woman,
That's why
Tony.
her parents named her that. They were gonna whore her out from the get go.
Tony,
Got it.
she's
but what?
Wonder Woman.
Dude, he
You know,
pronounced
I
he
will
pronounced
say,
the author for the Mars book as
Infinite-
Wire. No,
Yeah.
how'd you
I'll say
pronounce the
this.
hold up? How'd you pronounce the
Gal-
author for the
Gal
Mars
got it.
book the other night? Tony? How'd you
What
pronounce
did you
it?
say?
How'd you pronounce the author for the Mars book the other night? It was something crazy.
Andy Wire.
Wire, yeah. He called him Andy
Instead of
Wire.
Andy
Yeah,
Weir.
dude, it's
Instead
the
of Andy Weir.
IR. It should be Wire.
Yeah, if English was
Andy
phonetic,
Weir.
you'd be correct. Yeah, that's true.
Andy
Yeah.
Weird, fucking.
You know, I would think that Gal. I would
Get
think
it.
she's.
Gal get it.
No, I know I said her last name. I just said it like 5 times
That-
earlier.
did.
I would think she's more attractive, Infinite, than what's her name? Who you posted? I don't remember her name.
Susanna Hoff.
If I hadn't seen her act, but because she comes across so stale, I think that she's way hotter.
She just doesn't have a very feminine body to me. But
I don't think she has a very
Gal
feminine
Gadot?
body in movies. but
I mean,
think
I
it's
think
something
she's
she
pretty in
does.
the face. I'm not gonna sit and act like she's not. She obviously is very pretty, but she just doesn't have a very feminine body. And as someone who watched the Bengals move Susanna Hoff when she was singing and dancing, I think she's much more feminine. But you know,
Jewish actress
I'm going north.
I mean, Gal was like an IDF
Ronald.
soldier, right? And then we get to see her being all masculine and shit in movies. So yeah, that probably does color my judgment.
Oh
So.
no, hold on. Are you talking about the female Nazi seal movie, bitch? The one that cut all her hair off, or is that a different bitch?
Dude, that's
No,
Demi.
no,
That's Demi
dude.
Moore.
Gal
G.I.
Gadot,
Jane.
or
We're
whatever
talking
the
about
fuck.
Gal Gadot, dude.
I haven't looked
Have
yet.
you
I'm sold
have
in my
you
game.
watched any of the fucking Wonder Woman movies?
Bro's a
Why the fuck would
retard.
you?
All right,
I'm a
well then.
retard. I'm a retard.
Bro,
Why do I
movies have
feel
sucked
like?
for
Why
like
do I
15
feel like
years.
Tony
They
was
don't say
rubbing one
faggot
out to
anymore.
fucking
They're all
Wonder
like,
Woman?
oh, everything
Because he
gay,
definitely
trannies.
was.
Like,
Yeah, I
why
think
the fuck would you pay to go see a
Yeah.
movie in the last 10
You
years?
felt that way because it's true.
What the
Yeah.
fuck's wrong
What?
with you?
there's definitely some energy
Dude, no,
going on
literally.
here.
Other than a Marvel movie, why would you ever pay to see a movie in the last 10 years? What movie was good enough to
Other
see?
than a Marvel movie. Alright.
Like DC movies have always sucked dick, dude. I would never ever pay to see one. The Unbreakable
I mean,
movies,
that's
I
just
paid
a
to see
lie. I
every
mean,
one of
the
those
most
I knew
recent
about.
Superman
Those were
movie was a
good.
huge banger.
I bet, but like also
Yeah,
no.
listen, it was a good movie, but it wasn't a
I
good
heard it was all
Superman
political
movie.
and shitty. So,
Wait,
You
how is
know,
it not a good Superman movie?
I just listen. I like Gunn. I like the way he stylizes films most of the time, but I just didn't like his take on Superman in the sense that
a
it wasn't
Marvel take
traditional Superman.
Superman.
But the like, if
Yeah,
I
but-
just take it, listen, let me bring it back.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
I
yeah, sorry, I
take
thought
it
you
for
were done.
what
Yeah,
it
you're good.
is, if I take it for what it is, and I don't try to compare it to something it's not, then it's a good film. Like I liked it, but it just wasn't a Superman film, especially
Yeah, what
the
about
part
it
where
made
they're-
it not Superman?
the part where they're having the banter back and forth, where they're making him insecure, when he's talking to Lois and all that type of shit. Like that shit's silly. Like, it's just silly shit.
Wait, why is that silly?
Because it's just not who Superman is.
Wait, how is it not? Wait, you think Wait, so Superman doesn't struggle in your head?
No, not in the way that they made him struggle. No, I don't think Superman is concerned
then
with
you're-
petty,
yeah, that's okay.
insecure,
Yeah,
uh,
I
human
agree.
thing.
If you think that that's what Superman is, I agree.
So
Superman's literally invincible.
from that
Like, what?
perspective, I'm not hating the
well,
movie.
The-
Like
the-
I like the movie.
I agree. You're not hating the movie. If you have a childish, immature, retarded understanding of the movie, I agree.
Yeah, listen, I don't need you to tell me anything about Superman, son. Like,
No,
literally
dude, you don't know
nothing.
shit about Superman.
Well, no, I
or
mean,
whatever.
I'm sure you have a much
Fucking
more
Magneto
cuck,
and-
lunatic view of Superman from the comics. So
It's not a cuck lunatic view.
Wait,
It's
damn,
just
what happened with Superman?
It's
What-
just
I'm
who
so-
Superman
I'm
has
not-
always
I
been.
can't
I'm
help it,
saying
dude. I'm
that.
just-
Listen,
why are
I
you
know
a
you
cuck?
want to suck James Gunn's dick, and that's fine. You can do that.
James Gunn sucks. Dude.
All I'm saying is,
yeah.
and,
He's
and
funny
by the
when he
way,
dies
Guardians of the
in
Galaxy
movies,
Volume
Marvel
1 and
movies.
3 are
and
bad,
by the way,
but-
let's not forget it was Trick's people in the left that canceled James Gunn. But anyway, we'll just let that go. So anyway,
Dude,
it just is the
why
case
do you
that
do that?
his version of
You're
Superman.
like infinitely dishonest for it, and it pisses me off to the point where I'll just get red mic'd.
Oh, okay. Get red Mike then. So anyway, it just is the case that Superman is not represented in James Gunn film in a
Hyper.
way that is traditional
Not
to the
yet.
way I understand Superman. But taken unto
Okay, what did he do
itself,
that wasn't traditional?
without any of the historical context of what we understand Superman to be, it's not a terrible film. And I watched it,
Yo,
in spite of the fact that people said it was woke trash, I watched it anyway, and I thought it was a good movie. It just wasn't a good
So-
Superman movie. Again, I don't know
So,
how else to say it.
Did you think Man of Steel was better?
Not really. No, not really.
Not gonna lie, like, never seen a Superman movie because Superman's just kind of gay. Like,
Man of
He's
Steel was pretty
overpowered.
good.
I mean
And
that's
it's
just
not
that.
fun.
I mean that's just a
It's
bad
like-
take.
Well,
No,
but the thing
Superman's
is,
not fun. He's overpowered.
no,
I,
but that's the problem
Like
is
you
that
go in just
Superman has
knowing,
to.
like, oh, Superman's gonna win. Like,
Superman's not supposed to be a character that's fun because of his ability as a hero, but because of
Yeah,
his like struggle as a character.
that's why I watch Batman.
it's him having to deal with
You
him
you
like trying to have humanity, you know, and like not just rip
dude,
people's
you
heads
you
off because that's
appreciate
the easiest
Batman
thing
for all
to
the
do.
wrong reasons. You're a fucking faggot, and you should shut the fuck up.
Sorry, I'm not a bootlicker.
Ben
like you.
Affleck was the
Like,
best Batman. Ben Affleck
yeah,
was the best
Yeah,
Batman.
yeah,
And
Ben
now
was
you
I
good.
agree, bro.
and now you just sound dark
I
as
am
fuck.
full Film Actors Guild pro. I'm pro Film Actors Guild.
I'm not gonna lie. I
As
think
long
that
as you think that Ben
Robert
Affleck
Pattinson
was
is
the
probably
best.
gonna end up being the best Batman.
Damn,
End
you just
up.
gotta shut
Yeah,
your
yeah.
face.
Robert
Wait,
Pattinson.
wait, wait. What do you mean? What do you mean end up?
Well, I think that because he's playing more of like a detective comics Batman, that the more movies he'll get, he'll end up being like everybody's favorite
Okay, what
version of
was his
Batman.
first movie lacking that doesn't make him your favorite now?
I just don't think there's enough. That's all.
What did? Okay, who do you think the best Batman is then?
Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck.
No, I still have Christian Bale just because I feel like his
What did
movies
Christian
often.
Bale? Oh yeah, you were gonna tell me. Sorry.
Yeah, I think that his movies together are very like cohesive story wise. I feel like he played a pretty good Batman, and they now outside of him just being Batman himself, like going into the movies themselves, I think the movies were very good, even to a person who isn't traditionally into like superhero films. You know, like the average person could watch those Batman movies and get enjoyment. Where like if the average person watched fucking I don't know, Suicide Squad or like the Avengers or something like that, it would just seem like fucking nerd soup.
It all is, man. It all is. Don't try to like. Are you doing like what kind of copium you taking?
yeah, I didn't think Robert
All that
Pattinson was
shit's
a very
gay,
good
bro.
Batman. I didn't really like
But
him
I
as
gotta
Batman.
leave.
detective,
You
but as
guys
far as
are
like
fucking
detective
gay.
comics Batman, I
Talking
think
about
he's
that
definitely
shit.
gonna the most groundedness of Batman, I think is gonna be good.
Yeah, I didn't think he was a very good Batman. I think probably Robert Pattinson was probably my least favorite so far, as far as Batman goes.
I like Ben Affleck because he was just darker. He was the darkest.
Wow, typical.
Do you think Ben Affleck is the darkest in like Batman portrayal? You really are a low IQ
I
Brown.
actually don't like the way that they've
He
made the
fucking
comic
kills
book
people
movies
in
so
his shit,
serious
dude.
and so dark and
Batman's
so.
entire character arc is the fact that he doesn't kill people, and your favorite part is
Yeah, yeah,
is the
yeah. I know,
opposite
I
of the
know.
character. Like I
But
like that
dude,
you're outwardly saying your
Batman
favorite
versus
part is
Superman,
the
he was so
opposite of the
badass.
character. How
Wait,
fucking retarded
wait,
and
Batman
black
killed somebody?
do you
I know
have
it's
to
the opposite of
be
the
to
character,
say
dude,
some stupid fucking shit
but
like that?
Wait, Batman
God,
killed
I
Ben
would
Affleck
beat the
killed
fuck
somebody,
out of you
Trick, in the
within an
movie?
inch of your life.
Trick, Ben Affleck killed somebody in the Batman movies?
How
Yeah,
does
bro, he
being
runs
high make
people
you more
fucking
violent?
over.
Like it's so weird.
Oh yeah, that's fucking crazy.
yeah,
He
dude,
literally
Batman.
runs people over, dude.
Yeah, he does. He kills people in Batman versus Superman, just
Yeah,
casually
that's
too.
just not Batman.
Fucking pop. But he was badass in that fucking movie, dude. You have to admit, like
They
that's the
should have
most
just
badass.
named him something else if he was gonna kill people, because that's kind of crazy.
They don't actually directly acknowledge that he's killing people, but you're just like, dude, that guy just died. Like, there's no way to survive that. Like,
I mean, the new Batman pretty much like you know
and he
beats
uses
people within an
guns. He
inch of
uses
their life.
guns in that one as well.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts.
Okay, I mean, he doesn't use guns. He has vision where he has a gun, but that never actually actualizes.
No, but I'm talking about. You remember when he
Boomerang.
shot up that building with his fucking 50 cal fucking
No.
miniguns on his fucking
No, I don't.
the Batmobile?
Oh, where he uses gun? Yeah, I mean that's
Yeah, it was
comic
just
book
like he
accurate.
just
Batman
killed
has
all
gun.
those guys.
Batman has guns on his Batmobile.
Oh, okay. But I mean, he was
That's
shooting
not
people
weird.
with the bitches.
Wait, Batman doesn't have a rule against using guns. He has a rule against using guns against people.
Batman doesn't have a rule against using
Oh.
anything unless it's used to kill people. Like Batman
Yeah,
can use a gun
that's
and
really
shoot
true.
people in the kneecaps.
He really killed somebody?
No, he used beanbag guns all the time and non-lethal guns. He uses them in his
Did you
games.
just look up YouTube?
Well, no, he's talking. We're just talking about Ben Affleck Batman. Ben Affleck Batman absolutely runs people over, and they're 100%, like 9 times out of 10 minimum, dying. Right, and there's like 3 people that he runs over. So, like
Okay, so
statistically
this is
speaking,
post
it's
killing joke.
improbable. It's improbable that he doesn't kill someone.
So does Ben Affleck die at the end of this like series?
No. What?
No, he
Oh,
just
that's
goes on
fucking
some
wild.
fucking hate-filled rage against fucking Sam Harris, and yeah.
Damn it.
That's kind of yeah. It seems like this should be something that like Batman should
Bro was
die
talking about the interview instead of the fucking movie.
after breaking his.
Because he was
Like-
jacked up on, because he was
Dude.
jacked up on steroids for filming Batman. That's why.
Dude, I remember the interview where he's talking
look
about
at-
like, dude, he
Look at
has such a
Cypher.
he's like late 30s and has like such a Biden moment, dude. He's so disassociated. It's crazy.
You
And he's
can
just,
see
like,
it from the very
smirking,
beginning of
dude.
the interview though, because he leans forward, he's hunched over, he's got his hands clutched before he ever gets a chance to even talk to Sam Harris. And yeah, you can see he's already prepared for this whole thing. So
Bro.
very interesting.
Is Sam
I
Harris
think
adult?
I think that Ben Affleck is the best Batman casting, but I definitely don't think Ben Affleck is the best Batman.
Nope, for me it'll always be Michael Keaton. Nobody's gonna beat Michael Keaton's Batman. Back before they took this shit so serious and made it all fucking, yeah. Fucking
Bro,
might as
they
well make it
have
rated
Batman
R.
out here acting like the Winter Soldier. That shit's sick.
I'm glad you think it's cool.
I mean, sick in a bad way. I wouldn't. Yeah.
And they brought Michael Keaton back in the Flash movie. That was cool.
That
I
Flash
like-
movie's terrible. Ezra Miller is a degenerate human and doesn't deserve to have a job.
Yeah, what happened with that, dude? Is all that shit?
Oh,
real
I
that they were
agree. He's
spinning
an
on him?
average leftist. Yeah, that's true.
No. He didn't he like rape
Ezra
somebody
Miller's
or
not an
something?
average
Or, like-
leftist. He's a fucking pedophile.
Oh, he's extreme. He's an
pedophile.
extreme leftist.
Oh, no, he seems to be an average cabinet member of Donald Trump. A pedophile.
Oh, so he doesn't identify on the left. Okay, my bad.
He was in the group chat.
I don't know. Why is it that everybody seems to be a pedophile who's in the cabinet with Trump?
Because you're being dishonest.
Oh. It's me being dishonest. My bad.
Correct.
Yeah,
You're right.
Trick. Why did he get was able to keep his movie, but Jonathan Majors literally got fraud? Well, it's two different.
Wait, who was able to keep their movie?
Ezra was able to keep his movie, but Jonathan Majors literally got fried from Marvel.
Who did Jonathan Major play in Marvel?
Jonathan Majors was King the Conqueror, and he got into a controversy where he allegedly assaulted his girlfriend, but then a video came out where
Oh, because Kang is a much smaller role in Marvel, and
Nigga,
Marvel,
what?
yes.
What are you
Dude,
talking about?
I mean,
for
why did James
viewers
Gunn get fired from his
on-
role?
For viewer on television, it absolutely is a smaller role. Not only
No,
that,
he was gonna
but
be the major villain in the next.
right. Yeah. Villains are always smaller roles than heroes.
Well, why did
And
James
Ezra
Gunn get
Miller-
fired from his role as director? Why'd that happen?
Who are you asking?
Wait, what happened? I don't know what happened. With the
Asking
James Gunn
anybody.
thing. What
Why
did he get
James
in
Gunn
trouble
get
for?
fired?
What did he get in trouble for?
Valuables.
It's exactly what I just said.
Oh, nobody. Okay. Well, I mean, he had to have done something, right? Or...
If you're, are you
Um,
asking me what
I
he did?
guess
or are
if
you
you're on the
asking-
left, he did. I don't know.
No, I'm not saying it was worth him getting in trouble, but there had to be some type of,
tweets resurfaced that came across as
Mm.
insensitive jokes.
Some tweets that were insensitive. Oh, okay.
I just posted the the
I,
reason.
I don't
Satan
agree
got
with it. You
full
just
for it.
asked me. Why are you reiterating what I said as if what I'm saying is matter of fact? Fucking dishonest pig. Fucking
Why are you
oink
taking
oink.
what I said as if I'm directing it toward you?
Oink 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 oink. Because you repeated what I said, so that would
Correct.
only make sense unless I'm a fucking retard.
No, it doesn't make sense. I'm
Oh
mocking.
no!
No,
Wow.
I'm
Okay, so you're a
mocking the thing that
retard.
you said.
Okay.
I'm not mocking it towards you.
I'm a retard. I'm a retard. I'm a retard.
All right. Has anyone else noticed that when Trick debates people, his
I'm a retard. I'm a
speech
retard. I'm a
patterns
retard.
When
are
he's
the
high,
same
he's a
as
terrible
Infinite?
debater. And by the way, he's
Bro,
gotten so used to weed now that he's moved from being like actually entertaining when he's fucking high, to just being his same retarded
Mm,
self, but high.
he got me. He
yeah,
got me good too.
some of these tweets are wild. I don't know if they're worth getting canceled over though.
Well, he was canceled over it.
I like when little boys touch me in my silly place is kind of crazy. I don't know what that was referencing to, but that's a crazy tweet.
Are you talking about the dude who made
Well, according to
Guardians of the Galaxy?
Republicans, he could only be referencing something legal.
The Expendables was so manly. I fucked the shit out of the little pussy boy next to me. The boys are back in town.
Well, dude,
What are we
that's a
talking about?
totally reasonable response.
I mean, but that's not worth getting canceled over. That's just like, what are you tweeting, dude? Get off of Twitter. Like, go to bed, James.
Well, from what I was told
said
earlier
that?
today, when we had degenerate design in here, there's no limits. So,
Yeah, no, I don't think anyone here agrees with that.
weird
Oh,
how
that was
quickly.
forever ago. That was before I slept. You guys
Weird how
remember about a
quickly I
conversation
found a
had with
limit, huh?
Lester.
I found that motherfucker real quick. I found that juggler.
Yeah, you
I
were talking
never
about
said
fucking
there
his
wa-
daughter.
I never
not
said there
joking
was
about
an
it.
Olympic.
No, I was talking about making fun of the fact that his daughter got fucked.
Yeah, you were talking about joking about it.
No.
And not just fucked, but rather raped. I
Yeah.
remember the conversation.
Correct.
Weird,
Yes,
weird
yes,
how
yes.
we
100%
found a
right.
limit all of a sudden, huh?
I don't like that.
Yeah,
degenerate
well,
design guy.
only people who were acting in a dishonest manner said there was no limit. So it's
Suddenly
weird that
people
you're
thought there
bringing
were
it up.
limits.
It's weird you're suddenly bringing up that instance when none of the people who said there are no limits are here, and the thing you brought up was raping children. Why are you bringing up raping children if you're not a degenerate?
Because we're talking about James Gunn making a joke about fucking kids on Twitter.
He just likes degenerate designs.
When
I
did
don't know
James
what to
Gunn
tell
make a joke? Okay, so
Okay,
so-
sort of.
Yeah,
He was
I guess
making-
Infinite just really likes to talk about raping children. It's fucking weird. Got it.
I guess you can't track the conversation.
No, I tracked, and I don't think that it was something worth bringing up. I think it's disgusting and repulsive, and he shouldn't bring it up.
Then don't talk about it. Be quiet.
You brought it up.
Yes, I didn't say what you're saying. I can say whatever the fuck
Right,
I want
dude,
to say.
yeah. Yeah, but it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't? Why? Because you don't like the narrative?
No. No, it's not. It has nothing to do with the narrative and everything.
You know
to do
what's
with your life.
hilarious is this fucking dishonest, weak ass, saucy, zesty ass, golf playing, bowling fucking bitch. Oh, bring up fucking kids all day in the context of Donald Trump and Republicans. Suddenly, when I'm talking
Yes.
about this other context, now he's offended. How about this? How about
I'm
you
not
shut the fuck
offended.
up? Shut
I'm not
up, bitch,
offended.
when I'm
I'm not
talking.
offended. But don't lie.
Shut up when I'm talking.
Don't lie.
So, okay, here I got you. Let me help you out. So anyway, so suddenly he's offended, and like, who really gives a fuck? People said there was no limit, including washed up dude, and then I found a limit. So clearly there was a limit. So, yeah, that's the point. Stop interrupting
Yeah,
me.
but
I guess none of us said that there wasn't a
I will
limit, though.
only-
Yeah, you absolutely
ever-
did say there was not a limit.
I definitely
I will-
didn't say that.
I will only ever stop
Okay.
interrupting you when you stop interrupting me.
You
Until
said
you're
that
consistent,
as long as
you
it
will
was
never
funny,
get that.
there was no limit. You definitely said that.
I know you immediately strawmanned and said,
That's
"All right,
exactly
since
what
there's no
Javon
limit,"
said, but I don't know why
Yeah.
you're thinking all blacks are
I
the
don't,
same.
definitely didn't say that.
Okay, if you want to backtrack on it, that's fine.
I mean, he won. I mean, look, Infinite. He didn't. Javon did.
Shut
Javon's the
up,
one that
playing
said that.
Captain Save a Negro, boy. Shut
It's not
up.
save a Negro. I mean, I made fun of people for doing this earlier. It's just me being
Stupid
honest. If you don't like me
motherfucker,
being
shut the
honest,
fuck
you're an
up.
idiot.
Yeah, I think that.
And to respond to what you said earlier, the reason I said it doesn't make sense is because here, I'll just make it personal off rip. I have never talked about or used in a hypothetical people losing their wives for a reason. You
Who
have
gives a
told me
shit?
and other people. You have told me and other people in confidence that you have a experience of someone close to you who was at a young age taken advantage of, and I think it doesn't make sense to me to use it as a hypothetical because
I don't give a shit.
it makes it okay.
I don't
You don't give a
care.
shit. I
No.
don't believe you then. Perfect. That never happened then. I don't know why I would
Trick.
ever think that actually genuinely
Son,
happened.
you're never going to be able to generate words out of your mouth that are going to bother me. I don't know why you don't understand
It's
that.
not meant to bother you. I'm just look, if it doesn't sound like I'm being genuine right now, you need fucking help.
I don't care. That's what you don't understand, son.
If you don't care that I'm being genuine,
Listen.
you need even more fucking help.
Let me explain something to you, okay?
Seek God.
You are a soft, weak bitch. I have lived a life that you could never
Immediately.
possibly live. You could never survive the life I've lived.
I don't think I could either.
Shut up. So therefore, when you give me an opinion about me, I don't even think twice about it, son. You literally are a baby, a naive child that knows nothing. So the fact that you would try to make some assertion about me based on the limited knowledge that you have about me, and then that I would somehow reflect on that and change my opinion about myself, when you know absolutely nothing about me, when you couldn't survive in the places I've thrived, you are nobody. You are literally nobody.
Who made an assertion?
So anyway, back to what I was saying. Yeah, the thing with James Gunn is, yeah, he made some tweets that were kind of talking about fucking kids, and you know, the left obviously has a problem with that. And that's fine. I have no problem with their limits. It just seems like in the case of the humor that we were talking about today, people were pretending like there are no limits. And if you want to say there are limits now, I'm okay with that. But you were definitely justifying Erica Kirk being made fun of by Drewski earlier today and pretending as if there weren't a limit. And I think when I made it personal to somebody in the chat, suddenly they realized there are limits because it became personal. And if anyone here doesn't have the intellectual capacity to understand exactly what I did, that's on them. I don't really give a shit. Like, if you don't like what I said and you think I was saying something fucked up about fucking kids, like, remove yourself from my fucking server. Get out. What are you still doing here? Why are you still hanging around somebody that's talking about fucking kids? Are you that weak of a bitch? Go find another crowd.
I just don't get how you're comfortable making that joke.
Moving on.
Or using it as an example. Like, how could you have
I've already told you, son, I don't care
experience?
what your fucking opinion is. How do you not understand this?
I'm asking you a question.
I don't feel the need to engage with you. You said you didn't even believe me, so why would I even fucking respond to you?
Why do you not want to engage? Well, yeah, but that's
I don't
me
feel the need
opening
to.
up to you.
I don't
That's
feel
me
like you can
opening up to you so
comprehend
that
what's
you can have
being
a
said here
conversation
without
about
being
it.
an emotional bitch.
Well, it's not me being emotional. Look, I started off by opening up and sharing that I don't bring something up because it bothers
that's
me
you.
personally. And I know it's me. That's what I just said. I'm glad you understand English. And I then compounded that by saying your behavior doesn't make sense to me, and I'm asking you
No,
to
you
shed
didn't
light on it.
compound it. You tried to
I did.
extend what your
No.
limits are and what you're willing to
No,
do
I
to
asked
me
you a
and
question.
say,
I asked
well,
why
if I'm not
no.
willing to do this, why are you willing to do it? Well, because I'm not as
trying
weak
to
as you.
genuinely understand. I can't. Right. This is an issue of me not being able to put myself in your shoes.
Yeah, because I don't have your
The
problems.
idea that you brought up. Listen, dude, you're not listening. This
I don't
is
need to
me
listen.
Not
You're not
being
saying anything.
slimy. This is not. Look, you're being. I get it. You're in debate mode. You're just waking up. You're off a perk or something. Take a second. deep
I'm
breath.
actually
I'm
eating.
being genuine. I'm asking you to be genuine. Try and do it for a second. I just want to understand how that can happen because I know you're too honest of a person to conduct that behavior. So it's not me like saying, "Oh, you're a pig. Oh,
Why are
you're a
you still
morally
here?
degenerate person."
Why are you still in this
Why
server?
are you not engaging?
If you genuinely believe what you say, why haven't you deleted yourself from this server?
Because I think you're an honest person, and I thought you would tell me why you did what you did, so I could rationalize it.
I did what I did to make the point I made. Very simple.
You don't think you could have made the point you made this with the same effectiveness without bringing up that?
I think that saying something that
Okay,
was
so that's
extreme
dodge
as
number one. I'm going to
possible.
ask again when he's done.
So saying something that's as extreme as possible and also personal as possible. Basically going for the most extreme situation was the easiest way to make my point, and that's what I did.
Okay, and you don't think you could have made your point with the same effectiveness without
I don't
bringing
think it
up
matters.
something that's close? I'm going to ask it again until you
I don't
actually
think I
answer.
don't think I needed to do it with anything else.
All right, well, can
I'm
I
going to
answer?
keep asking till you answer, or I get red mic'd.
Okay.
So do you think you needed to bring up pedophilia to make your point?
So what were you saying, Watched Up Dude?
I was about
Okay,
to
so
say,
that's
I
dodge
think
number 3.
I
I'll
think
just take it as
another
a win.
part
3
of
strikes,
that
you're out.
of what happened earlier is like I don't think anybody really thought that those two things were like parallel.
Like, imagine
or,
I
like,
start
gonna be,
saying that, like, your daughter deserved it. You
or
just
like
mute me,
adjacent.
dude.
Like
No,
I don't
I
think
wouldn't.
those things were adjacent.
You absolutely would. You're a liar.
You just said it. I didn't mute you.
Yeah, but I don't mean it, and you know I don't mean it, and I could
told
never
you,
say
son,
that genuinely or
Personal
provocatively.
attacks. Listen, let me explain something to you.
Look, I would never
Personal
say that about your
attacks
daughter.
that come
Anthony.
out of
That's
I
just
don't
not
care.
something I could do.
Personal attacks.
I
that
don't care
out,
if you care. I need you to know it. It doesn't matter if
Personal-
you care about it. You need to know I would never say that.
Personal attacks that come out of your face, words, sounds, are never going to be able to bother me.
That may be true.
I just don't have a way to express that to you enough.
Yeah, look. Honestly, I believe you after the way you brought that topic up. I believe you. It would bother me, and I would never bring your daughter up in that way because it would be morally reprehensible. And the fact that you would even bring that topic up shows that you're desensitized to it, and you need to take time off of the internet. You need help.
I'm desensitized. Okay.
Again,
What were you saying, Washington?
Clearly, you are, because if any father whose daughter had to suffer that would never use that as an example.
The same way that
ever.
Erica Kirk
So,
wouldn't act a certain way
either-
according to you when she's mourning. Yeah, I got it. Anyway,
No, I remember I said the
it's
opposite.
amazing
I
how
literally-
people are
you're a
always
liar.
making
You're a liar
prescriptions.
live. You're a liar live
Infinite.
because I said that I would never say Erica Kirk
Who
mourned
gives a shit,
irresponsibly,
dude? God
or
damn.
because you brought it up. Okay, who gives a shit? Why'd you bring it up then?
By the way,
Wait.
Washed Up Dude, I agree with you.
By the way,
no
I'm
one
gonna
was
dodge a fourth time.
I agree with you. No one was equating those two things. That wasn't the point of what I said. It wasn't to equate them. The point of what I said was to push back against the idea that there are no lines, there are no boundaries in comedy as long as it's funny. Now, maybe you didn't say that, okay? I don't remember exactly who said it. But definitely somebody in the room said, all that matters is funny. There's no lines.
Cause
Right?
I think
And I do remember you saying to me, oh, you got your feelings hurt? Oh, you're against this now? So,
because for what I remember saying was that I guess I would have felt like it was in bad taste if he would have used like any type of imagery or said anything about Charlie Kirk in the videos. I felt like
Again,
that would have been something
I don't
that
think
would have
you
been in bad
understand what's
taste.
happening there, okay? I think there's a larger context that's happening, and I understand if you don't get this context or you don't appreciate it or you don't even agree with me, but the context that I have in what Drewski did, and by the way, I already said I don't even think this was his intention, but I do think there is this context where we are questioning this man's death, the legitimacy of it, by the way, as in who actually killed him, why they killed him.
Okay.
We're trying to obfuscate from him being killed by a tranny lover that's a leftist that's politically motivated to, for some reason, the Jews did it. So that's already a narrative. We're trying to obfuscate from the fact that his wife is a loving, grieving widow, a mother, and we're trying to play her in certain aspects of the media. We're trying to play her as this like mastermind that may have been involved in his death, that's really just concerned with the money, that's fucking the vice president, like all this different shit that's floating around about her. And what I'm saying is Drewski, willingly or willingly, knowingly or unknowingly, is playing into those narratives by promoting the ideas that he's promoting in the skit.
But did he use any of those
That's
things that
crazy.
you were
Infinite's
just
doing the
saying
same thing about his
as
own daughter's rape.
But notice
Wait.
that I'm not. But notice that I'm not saying Drewski should be canceled.
No. But
I'm
what
not. I'm
saying
not
is,
calling for him to be punished. My critique was to the people in the room, where I said we should have more class, and that's
right. So
exactly what I still think. And by the way, I would apply this same standard to something like pornography. When I say to people, or anime is a perfect example. I apply this exact same standard to anime. I don't say anime should be canceled. I say we as men should stop consuming anime.
but my thing is like I would understand if Drewski would have used any of that because those things do exist out there. People, trying to say that she was a part of the plot and
But
all that.
again,
I
I'm not
understand that.
blaming Drewski though. You
No. But I'm
understand that?
saying, but I'm saying if Drewski would have used any of that, any of those ideas in the content, then I would understand what you're saying. But he didn't even use any of that stuff in the content. All he used was the firework thing, the her sitting in front of I forgot who it was when she kept staring in front of the camera,
What does the
and then
firework
just
thing have to
like
do with?
the I'm a white
What's the
girl
firework thing have to
listening
do with?
to like music or whatever in the car. Well, I mean, I made the joke about that earlier about how she came out like she was the Big Show or like Triple
Right.
H.
So he's mocking her reaction to her husband's death with the fireworks. That's what you just said. So you just contradicted yourself.
By the way, the important thing.
I can
Listen,
see that. I guess.
listen.
Okay,
The important thing that I'm saying here, and I said this earlier, and I really want you to try to imagine what I'm saying because understand, I would never support this. By the way, the same way that I would never support uh, pedophilia or raping a child. And for those of you that think it was an
Really, you like to
extreme
bring it up.
example, for those of you, yeah, I know, more than people who don't like Donald Trump, yeah. For those of you who think it was an extreme example, understand that the reason I used it is because I believe it's such an extreme example. The reason I used it is because it's obviously a line that we should agree on that we don't cross. That's the entire purpose. So me pointing at the line is not me saying there's not a line. It's me saying there obviously is a line. But for some of you, obviously, I understand being extreme to point out extremism is not a concept.
I think that
Anyway,
everybody understood what you were doing, but it just still felt
Yeah, I mean,
like it was too far.
it was meant to go too far.
I 100% agree with what you're saying, Infinite, but I would never.
That's the whole point.
Look, no one in their right mind is ever doing what you did. Respectfully, I'm sorry. Look, I'm never going in there,
Yeah,
and I'm
cool.
never bringing up widowers. If I have a child who was raped at a young age, I'm never bringing up pedophilia.
Yeah, dude, I
And
don't
the fact that you
care
did
about your fucking
just
sensibilities.
makes me think that you're like Javon.
I
mean,
don't
like,
care.
I just genuinely think you're like Javon now.
Listen, I'm not interested in your personal opinions about me. I don't
You don't
care.
need to be. Just letting you know.
Yeah, you've said, okay, how many times do you want to
Shut
say
up.
it? I'll let you get
As
it
many
out.
times as I feel it,
Okay.
actually. As many times as I feel it.
Okay. Anyway,
Yeah.
so a nobody nothing child that's a spoiled brat, that's a femcel, that's a fucking golfing, bowling dweeb is going to tell a 45-year-old man who does have children, who does have a daughter, whose daughter was molested while he was in the penitentiary, beating the shit out of fucking child molesters, is going to tell me what line I can bring up and what line I can't bring up.
Well, it just seems like you don't actually care
A
about your daughter
person who
getting
would be
molested, and you're
quiet in
comfortable
front of me, a
bringing
person
that
who
up.
would look at their bowling shoes and be quiet where they standing in front of me. So anyway,
No, I would say this
Uh,
in your face, and I would hope you would hit me because it would just prove my
Come,
point
guys,
further.
come on, let's.
If you
so
were to
so
punch
anyway,
me for saying what I'm saying, it would prove my point
But
further.
this is a little
Why are
deep,
you
so guys,
comfortable
let's.
bringing up children getting
so
molested as a
anyway,
point of example when it happened to your daughter when you couldn't do anything?
so
Trey,
You
come on,
you
Trey.
you must understand how,
Trey,
as a father, you must feel terrible for
chill,
your terrible decision making, so you
chill.
couldn't be there to protect her, and now you are comfortable in conversation bringing up the same thing she was victim to. You are a terrible person. You should not be comfortable with that if your moral values were
yeah.
higher. You would absolutely use a different example,
So
and you
anyway,
know good and damn well I'm right, and
so
you
Bro,
can't
anyway,
help it.
yeah,
if
that's
something
y'all. That's
happened to you
hella
personally,
personal, bro.
you
Like,
can't bring up
It's
something
not
that
my
happened
fault.
to you personally. Okay, got it. If you were victimized in some kind of way,
You weren't a
you can't
victim. Your
talk
daughter
about that
was,
thing.
because you
Got
made a
it.
bad decision to beat someone up over stupid shit. She got molested because you made bad decisions, and you have to deal with that, and
chill,
yet you're comfortable
Son,
bringing it up.
okay, but you're going extra
I've
hard,
already, I've
dude.
It's not
already
my
told
fault.
you. I've already told you. You're not gonna be able to make me angry with words that
I
come out
don't
of
want
your
to make
mouth.
you uncomfortable.
You
I
you
don't want to make
can't.
you
I mean, you
uncomfortable.
can't.
I don't want to.
I
I
mean, you
don't.
can't.
I genuinely look,
So
Infinite.
anyway,
I
look, and,
don't
and
think I
by the
can
way,
because
for
it's not a
anyone who
desire.
also doesn't understand, when it came to degenerate design, I don't even know if he has kids. I don't know that he has a daughter. I just made up a fictitious fucking individual.
He doesn't need one. You do.
So
This happened to you.
the idea that I was even talking about his actual daughter,
This just didn't happen.
just
Infinite's just a liar like Javon.
also the idea that I was talking about his daughter just wasn't true. Like I said, I don't
I
even know
guess
if he has a daughter.
I guess Infinite just never served you up.
So the point that I was making was very simple. There is a line. We all agree there's a line. And when I pointed it out, suddenly everyone agreed that the line existed. It's really no more simple than that. And
No,
if we
I mean
can
Infinite's
agree,
actions show he doesn't believe there's a line.
and if we agree that there's a line, then I would just encourage everybody to consider, does that line include what's being said and what's being done to Erica Kirk, in spite of your political leaning? By the way, the example I tried to use in the moment was, which didn't work, right? I tried to use the example of MLK when he got killed, and people just saying the worst shit about Coretta Scott King. If people were just going around just dressing up in blackface, doing videos about her, you know, I think that would have been, I think that would have been low class as well. And I would never encourage it. It doesn't matter what side of the political aisle they're on. If they get murdered for political reasons, then we're making fun of that in some way. I just disagree
I
with
guess
that.
you have the right to say that you don't like something, but you did also say that you wouldn't call for him being canceled.
Yeah.
So that's just you saying I just don't agree with this thing. Which
No,
like, you
it's
don't have
it's
to,
more
that's
than that.
fair.
No, it's more than that. It's me saying what I said in the moment, which was, as men, we should do better. We should have more class.
You know, washed up dude.
So, there was a
It's so
prescriptive statement in there. It just wasn't about Drewski. Because I
it's
don't
so
think
funny to me.
canceling people for their comedy is the problem. I don't think Drewski is the problem. I think why we are entertained by such things is the problem. Same way with pornography. It's not pornography existing that's the problem. It's why are we so degenerate that we engage with it? And that's just
So,
my personal view. So,
you know, washed up dude. I find it funny that Infinite points out eloquently about Javon that the way in which Javon refers to women vocally, and if his way he refers to women vocally is accurate, the way he treats them physically is feeding the very thing he hates, right?
Hmm.
The same thing's occurring here. I don't understand how a father of a victim could bring up that type of crime. I could never do it for me. It isn't even entering my head, and I don't have a daughter. And Infinite tells me day in and day out I wouldn't understand what it's like to be a father, and I believe him because I've seen the way that he talks about his kids with such passion that I've never referred to someone close to me, and I've seen the same thing for my family with my mother, my father, my aunts, and my uncles. And I know, no matter what, that if any of my cousins, brothers, or me had that type of unfortunate fate, that my parents would never ever use it as an example the way that Infinite did. And I don't know why he won't respond to that. I don't know why he wants to
Wait,
ignore it.
so can I ask you a question? Trick, if you had a friend who was like murdered, right? Then like you could never ever like make a reference to like murder or like joke about murder again.
I feel like if there's readily available alternatives, that would come across as very weird to bring up. So let's say me and you are in a discussion
Hmm.
about some type of moral standard we have, and I bring up pedophilia, right? Like I could just bring up murder. I could bring up murdering children, like your daughter didn't get murdered, right? Like there are plenty of other things that we view relatively similar to having intercourse with children, like murdering them, that just makes more sense. Like if Infinite just would have been like, what about killing kids or something? That's enough removed already. It's the fact that it's literally the exact thing his child is a victim of. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
either the case that
I hear
that
what you're
infinite
saying, Trick.
diversity. It's either the case that infinite diversity is a washed up liar like Javon that's better and has seeped through the cracks for months, and I'm now just catching on, and it's making him nervous, or I've finally for the first time caught him in something he doesn't want to admit, and it's making him uncomfortable. And
Well,
either way, I'm okay with it.
So
right.
either I'm
Either way,
nervous.
I'm
I
Whoa,
okay.
wait.
but
So
I,
either I just want to be clear. So either I'm nervous or I'm uncomfortable, right? One of those two.
You're either nervous or you're Javon.
Yeah. Why am I completely unbothered by the things you're saying, son?
I don't believe you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I tell you what. You have my permission to continue to say them, and you will not be muted. You will not be dismissed.
Look, I
Say
promise
them.
like
you, I'm not
Say them
bringing
look,
up.
Trick.
ad
Look, I don't
nauseum,
know why
son.
you. Look, you can say that as
I
if
don't care.
you. That's fine. You can say that as if for a second I would ever go into a future VC that's highly populated and talk about your daughter.
I don't
I'm of
care.
much higher moral stature than you. Don't have to care.
You're
I'm of
doing
much
it
higher moral
now.
stat.
You're doing
You
it
don't.
now.
No,
What's the difference?
I'm not.
You
We're in a
brought
real
it up
There's
now. And by
there's
the
three of
way,
us.
just for anybody here that doesn't
I brought it up when there's
understand,
three of us.
it needs to be understood that what the thing that Trick will just is just incapable of grasping in this conversation is that bringing up a child being raped by an adult is so terrible that it is precisely the reason I brought it up. How he is too fucking stupid to
It just
comprehend
doesn't
that
make
is
sense
just
to me.
beyond me, by the way. And, you know, the fact that he doesn't understand that I'm saying this is a line that we don't joke about, it's just, I mean, just keep going, dog.
I'm
Actually,
hearing you say that
I'm
as
literally
you
streaming this
bring
to
it
you.
up.
I'm literally streaming this to YouTube. Like, just keep going. It doesn't matter. You're not bothering me in the least. So I've been streaming this entire conversation. So if you think I'm bothered by this, I'm literally just putting it out to the public. Like my daughter can see it. My daughter can listen.
I no
Listen,
longer think you're
retard.
bothered. I now
Listen.
don't think that you are
My
a genuine actor.
my
in
daughter,
conversations.
shut
You know,
up, monkey, when I'm talking. My daughter
This is
can
how
literally
you
go
act.
see this conversation.
This is Javon.
Shut up, bitch, when I'm talking. My daughter
I
can
got
go
him.
see this conversation. Like that's how not bothered I am by what you're saying, dude. I don't. You're nobody. That's the thing. What you'll never understand is that if you've lived my life, you would understand that you can't judge me, son.
Do you think
You
you
have
live
zero
life?
ability to judge me. in any
Wait,
kind of
do
way.
you think
You
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 lived the life
literally
of a
couldn't do any of the shit that I've done in my life. Zero. You could never be the
Oh.
person I am. It's like an ant looking up at a
Mhm.
fucking man
How funny
and
it
going and
is to
going, "Wow,
think.
you seem small to me." You
How
know.
funny it is
You,
to think
so you're
that
allowed. Listen,
I would
shut
ever
up when
want to
I am
live your
talking,
life.
bitch, for the last time. I know you want death by mod because I won't death fucking mod you over the shit you're saying about my kid.
You
No,
can
I'm
shut
not
up.
going to do that. You're going to be continued to allow to say whatever you want to say. Because again, you can't judge anything about me. You should stick to bowling and golfing. You're good guy Sam. Be good guy Sam. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not saying anything bad about your daughter. If this happened, that's terrible. I hope she's gotten through it mentally. I hope she's gotten the help she needs, whatever help that is. I'm not making a prescription there in any regard. I wouldn't wish any ill on a person's sons or daughters. That's reprehensible. So I'm not talking bad about your daughter at all. Okay. I literally waited until the room was the least populated. I guess I could have messaged you,
Oh my
and
god.
if that's
Dude,
something you
stop
hold
doing
against
all
me,
this
you
excuse
can.
making, dude.
It
Jesus Christ.
it's not excuse
It's
making. I
so
was trying to give you an
feminine.
olive branch. Okay, I won't give you an olive branch anymore. Clearly, you are Javon. I think it's adequate enough now to say that you are a compulsive liar. I think that you have a. I don't even know if you are actually married anymore now. I think I'm doubting everything you've claimed since I've met you now, because there's no way a father in your circumstances would have done what you did. So because of that, I'm now just going to assume you lie like Javon does, and the reason you have a hostile act against him is because he's fronting your turf.
Yeah, the same way Erica Kirk wouldn't act a certain way based on your calculation if she'd really lost
No,
her husband.
Well,
I didn't
no,
make
Yeah,
that
no,
claim.
I
I will
got
That's
it.
say
that's a lie.
I got
infinite
it.
way.
That's a
I will
lie.
say
I never made that
Trick
claim.
did say that people do act weird when other people die.
No, I know he
So
didn't say
Yeah.
that. I
I
know he
literally
didn't
said
say that.
Erica Kirk's
I,
reaction
I
isn't
know
something I
he
would
didn't
judge.
say that. I'm using it to show you that it's just the same thing. It's just him
It's not the
saying
same thing.
if
You
somebody
literally
does
brought
something
it
that
up.
I don't think they should do in a certain situation, in spite of the fact that I have no affiliation, no way to relate to that situation. I
I
have
do have a
no
way to relate to
children.
it.
I've never been a father. I've never been in the situation you was
I don't
in.
need to.
These things
I don't
never
need to.
happen to the children that I don't have. And yet,
I don't need
I have
to.
a statement about how
uh,
people should
can
behave. Like, he
Trick
doesn't
Trick
know anything.
Trick, can we
I
just
don't
get
need to
to
be
the
there.
Trick? Can we just get to the point where it's you feel you don't like what he said the same way he doesn't like whatever Drewski said. He just went the roughest way around, I
What?
guess,
I'm
to try to
already.
get it.
I literally agree with him on Drewski. What?
No, that's not the point that I'm saying. I'm saying that what he used was a way of making everybody feel uncomfortable, like
Yeah, but
purposely.
a father whose
Which was the
daughter
point, by the
had that
way. I'm glad it
experience would
worked.
never do that.
Yeah,
It
according to
just
you.
wouldn't happen.
According to you.
No. Period. Show me a
According
father that would do
according to
that.
you.
Show me a father that's not you.
According to person that
My
doesn't know
dad
anything.
wouldn't. Look, Walleye, are
According to
you?
person with no experience.
Is any father? Show me a father that would do it. That's not you. Is any father here that would do what Infinite did?
What does it matter
Show
if
me a
anybody
father,
but me
Infinite.
would do it?
You always talk about using real world examples. Give
What
me
does
a
it
real
matter if
world
anybody but
example.
me would do it? What does that matter?
Okay, so now it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter to
Who
me.
cares if anybody but me would do it?
Doesn't matter to me.
Does it matter to me if anybody but me would do it?
Yeah. I don't decide what to believe, think, or do based on what other people do. That's what you do. You're a sheep. You're a follower.
Right.
I purposely went against the entirety of the.
Right.
Shut up when I'm talking, or I will mute you. Don't care. I purposely went against the entirety of the room. In fact, I let the entirety of the room all express their support for Drewski and the skid, and everybody laugh. I did that intentionally. I waited until everybody had done that, and then I came out and I said, in spite of what everybody in this room says, I disagree. I think it's low class. I think you're degenerate. I think you shouldn't support this. Do you think that if I'm concerned with what other people do, that I would do that? Do you even think you would do that? Do you think you would have the ability as a man to stand up against an entire room of people who've already expressed the fact that they like something, and then not only to tell them that they're degenerate, but to then use one of the most extreme examples possible, which apparently everybody was uncomfortable with, which guess what? That was the point, to show why they're wrong? So, yeah, I'm not you, son. I'm not a follower. I'm not a sheep. I do first. I go first. I lead the way.
You're right. Yeah,
So,
I'm not a leader.
and
I
you'll
could
and you'll
never
never be that guy,
use.
by the way.
I'll never be a leader.
So,
I could never imagine being a leader. Infinite's a leader. Because I couldn't imagine using
I
my
didn't say
fiance's
leader. I said I'm not a
passing.
follower. So,
I'm not. Yeah, you're right. I'm a follower. I'm a
I'm not
filthy
a sheep.
sheep goat following retard. Because I could never imagine using my fiance's passing in an argument, um, of my own. Right. I could never
Great. Don't do
imagine
that. If that's
bringing
a
up.
conviction
I'm
that you have,
sorry.
you shouldn't
Why are
do it
you interrupting me?
because I
I'll just
can.
locally mute you. So I could just never imagine using my wife's
He
passing
wants to
as
try to
some
get
type of
death. He
argument
wants death by
because it would be
mod so
morally
bad.
reprehensible and degenerate of me. It would be something
I'm just not
that
going to give it to him.
I know as a matter of fact that the Lord wouldn't want me to do through any type of scripture I can refer and any type of moral compass I have. And clearly you don't possess the same moral compass I do, or this never happened to your daughter.
This
And
appeal
because
to
I don't
emotion
want to
is
think that
hilarious.
you lie to me every day in and out, I want you to fix it. Before I have to come to the conclusion that you're the equal of Javon and you're so not worth talking to that I would beat you to an inch of your life.
Yeah, I think you should go with your
Jeez.
conclusion and you should not be around me. Listen, I think if you have that conviction, you should listen to yourself. I don't think you should ignore that conviction. You know, if it were me, I wouldn't ignore that conviction. I think you should absolutely listen to yourself. You should believe what yourself is telling you. For sure.
Oh, he left.
Oh,
I don't know, he's here.
I mean, he's been trying to get death by mod this whole time.
Yeah.
I just refuse to give it to him out of spite.
I haven't been trying to get death by mod.
So he
See,
can't get it.
that's the thing, is that you keep on questioning Infinite's, like, audacity, in a sense. And in a sense, I would ask what he could have possibly said. But I think I've known Infinite long enough that it's literally just, it's for the point he's trying to make.
Yeah, I do the exact same thing. I'm the guy who, every time I have a talk with one of the people on the right, I bring up something that's so extreme. They're like, why would you bring that up? It doesn't make sense. And I literally agree with Infinite that extreme examples cut the conversation in half and demonstrate the point quicker. Totally.
So do you think you could remove
100%.
yourself
And I
from the
think that
example
Infinite
before
had
saying it?
available options that were equal, if not even superior, to child rape. And with the context of knowing that he has a literal child that's victim of this crime, I don't understand why he would bring
Dude,
it up.
how many times
I
are you
wouldn't
going to
bring
make this
up-
argument?
I
Jesus
wouldn't
Christ.
I wouldn't bring up my fiance's
Yes,
a
you
car
wouldn't.
accident
You
as an
wouldn't.
argument.
You wouldn't. Yeah, I
Right.
agree.
Any
You would
logical
not.
person wouldn't, dude.
Why? Based
My
on
parents
what?
wouldn't.
Based on
Your
what?
parents wouldn't.
Based on
Hart
what?
wouldn't.
Based
Walleye
on
wouldn't.
what? Based on what?
Washed up dude wouldn't.
When
The
you
fact that
say
they're
any
human, the
logical
fact that they're
person
real.
wouldn't, great. Prove
Yeah,
that.
it's based on the fact that they're human. They're real.
Pr-
Ask
pr-
them.
Prove based on the fact. Do you see
Ask
how
them.
the philosophy student goes into the most subjective
Ask them.
Narnia?
Just ask them.
Based on the fact that, if you interrupt me again, I'm going to ask you to be quiet. Based on the fact that they are human and real. So either I'm not human or I'm not real. One of the two.
Correct.
This dude is so butthurt. It's hilarious. They continue.
I'm
This
not
is great
butthurt.
content. This is good stuff.
Look, I'm not butthurt.
I'm
See-
wildly entertained by you right now.
It's either
The
the
point I was
case.
trying to make
It's either the case
is
that you don't
that
have a moral compass, or
Yeah.
you're as fake as Javon is,
Right.
and now that I've figured it out, you're upset about it.
Yeah.
see, I was gonna get to that. Is that you got to realize that Javon tries to actually fake it.
Yeah, right. And Javon's bad at faking it. And right now, look, Hart. If someone was good,
Infinite literally told you that his point it was literally just to make a point. He's being honest about it.
right,
Javon
right,
is
right,
not
right,
honest
right.
about his shit.
Look, you're now doing the sheep thing he just accused me of doing. If someone was really good at faking these things, would you be able to know it?
Re-ask the question.
I
I was
won't.
adjusting my
The
headphones.
answer is no. If someone's really good at
Okay.
faking it, you wouldn't be able to tell unless they make a huge, colossal
I
mistake.
mean, to be fair, women are
So
better at
assume
telling who's
infinite
faking
diversity
it than men are. but-
is really good at this, then what I'm saying totally makes sense. And the fact that this is such a minor
What is
slip-up
really good at this?
totally makes sense.
What is the this in this conversation, dude? What is really good at
the
this?
fact that you would bring up
So
a child being taken
Mhm.
advantage of when you have a child who's taken advantage of is a minor slip up, because I don't think you remembered the story that you invented fictitiously. I think you're a fraud.
Oh my god.
oh, dude,
This dude is so silly.
I'm gonna be honest with you, dude.
It's
If
not
I
me
was
being
watching
stupid,
your...
dude. You genuinely.
I didn't say
look,
stupid. I said
either
silly.
you are 85 IQ or you're a fraud. And the only way I'm going to be convinced is if I see your charges, or if I see proof that you're a real human, because I'm so convinced you're a Javon now.
If you see my charges, what does that mean?
It means I think
What?
your entire online persona is fraudulent. If you served jail time, then it doesn't mean your online persona is fraudulent anymore. Saying that immediately makes me less. I think this person's a liar.
You should definitely believe that it's fraudulent. I encourage that.
I agree. Thank you.
Yeah, you should definitely do that.
Yeah, you should stop lying.
I totally encourage you to believe that I've just been lying for years now. In fact, I lied to Abigail about it even. Like it just yeah.
No
it's-
one here on
and
mic has
I
heard you
lied to
talk
my
to
mom and
Abigail about
dad
it.
and
No one here is on mic heard you talk to your mom and dad about it. These are all just propositions. You understand? I could just make one. I talked to my
Correct.
dad about the Neptune rings of Saturn,
oh shit.
right?
Yeah,
Just saying things isn't enough.
Whatever
now.
you believe, son.
That's all you've done, and I've assumed that you were telling the truth, but you've openly talked about your willingness to lie in a debate, and now this is a very fishy situation. So yeah, look, I know heart
Is it
silence
fishy?
means it's making sense.
Yeah.
I'm adjusting my mod order for Floating to Vegas.
Sure.
Yeah, it's totally making sense, dog. Listen, this is actually one of the most insightful things I've ever heard. Actually, this is
Good. I'm helping you not be really
oh
bad
shit! I found sandworms.
at lying.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, listen. Like I said, I'm streaming this. You should definitely keep going.
Hmm.
This makes more sense than anything I've heard in a long time, actually.
Hmm.
And let's break this ice up a little bit. Heart, how was my Konnichiwa queen doing today?
Kill yourself.
That's amazing.
Okay, never mind.
Anyhow, I just don't see the disconnect here. It's
Well, something was said that was just, it was just a little hardcore with what Infinite said earlier, and I understand the point that he was trying to make, but it doesn't mean I agree with the way that he got there. That's all. And Trick is more upset with the way he chose to go about it.
It's not. I'm not upset, dude.
Yeah,
Look,
he's not upset.
I'm not mad at Infinite. I am a person. Look, I don't even know why I need to explain this. I don't
No,
like.
listen. This
I don't
conspiracy is
like.
making
I
total
don't
sense
like.
so
I
far.
don't like explaining this. I'm a person who has been in a situation that I consider extremely devastating. And I feel like Infinite is also a person who's been in a situation I consider extremely devastating.
No, but I
And
lied
because
about
I
it though. So I
consider,
wasn't in
and
that
because I
situation.
consider, I didn't mean to send you that invite. Let me delete that message and then let me finish. Um, I because I consider because I think Infinite's a person who's been a part of something that is extremely tragic in the same sense that I am tacking on my experience to his. And
Fair
Infinite's a
enough.
different person. He could have handled his experience much different. But I think his experience is not only similar to mine, but more severe to mine. And yet, I am less likely to do something he did because of my experience. That yeah, your Infinite's 100% right. My brain doesn't understand that.
I.e., because Trick couldn't do what I do, therefore what I do is invalid.
Because what I it's not just because I couldn't do it, it's because my mom couldn't do it, my dad couldn't do it, my stepdad couldn't do it, my stepmom couldn't do it, my brothers couldn't do it, my
Yeah,
cousins couldn't do it, my best friend couldn't do it.
I totally agree
All
with
of
you.
these people couldn't do it. And I'm just supposed to assume you're built different. That's the exact same rhetoric
Yes,
Javon gives
I
me.
am built different.
Javon
Exactly. Yeah.
quite literally that's
Yeah.
literally a
That's
Javon sentence.
exactly.
It's
Yes.
100. How am I not making sense to the people
Yeah.
in the VC
No,
room?
you're absolutely supposed to assume that I'm different than
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
How am I not?
In every way,
How is
by
he
the way.
I
not
don't want to
giving
say
a
anything
Javon
against
response on
Infinite,
purpose right now?
but I'm saying is that this is what this is the argument that Infinite lives for, is making the point. So I don't
Okay,
understand
yeah.
how you didn't
Infinite
anticipate
lives for the argument of making the point at the expense of his raped daughter. You're a fucking retard lesbian.
that. I think he removes himself from the conversation. That's the reason why he argues
Yeah, you're a
so
fucking idiot.
well.
You're getting lowered to your
Okay,
IQ.
dude.
You
I'm just saying
fucking
is that I've
DJ.
noticed, or rather, I met him during a time where I didn't even know his points because he would steelman's everybody's argument. So he would remove himself from the equation. My point being is that this is just another instance, and if you've known him long enough, you'd know that's just the way he is.
Yeah, that's just called copium. It's
Yeah.
fucking bullshit.
Also,
Okay.
by the way, it's important to remember I didn't bring up my daughter. I brought up
No,
a
you brought up
fictitious daughter. I
pedophilia.
brought up a fictitious daughter
You didn't even bring up
to
a
the
daughter.
man who actually I did. I brought up a fictitious daughter
Yeah,
to
he
the
did.
man
He
that
did.
I was arguing against. And I said that this particular topic would be a line we shouldn't cross, which again, you just can't seem to comprehend. So that's your inabilities.
No, no,
And
I
I'm
can't
totally
comprehend it. I'm
fine.
literally saying it's a line. No, incorrect, Infinite. I'm saying it's a line that shouldn't be crossed so much so that even saying it's a line that shouldn't be crossed in the way you did crosses the line.
Yeah, I know you believe that, and I don't
Yeah,
care.
perfect. Yeah.
Like it
Okay, so
just
you
it doesn't.
understand.
Your
Okay, so
opinion
it's
just
not that
doesn't matter
it's not an
here.
issue of me not thinking it's across the line. You just think that it isn't across the line. So
That-
I do have a line. My
Yeah.
position isn't there's no such thing as a line.
It's brilliant.
So every
It's
time
brilliant.
you bring that up,
This is
it's
brilliant.
dishonest.
This is brilliant. The guy is literally saying it's a line you shouldn't cross, and the way I express that is by not talking about the line you shouldn't cross. Like
Yeah, so
No.
hard. This all started with talking
it's
about
so
the Drewski
stupid.
skit and how Infinite felt like it was in bad taste for Drewski to be making fun of Erica Kirk, essentially. Um, most people in the chat thought that it wasn't that bad, that it was kind of funny, and he kind of went balls to the walls with his example.
Yeah.
He kind of fucking stomped his foot on the gas on that one, and everybody was like, "Hold up, brother, that's a little too far." And I guess one of the guys said that there is no line. The guy that he was like specifically talking to,
Yeah, some
and
fucking retard.
Again, what I'm saying is, what I was trying to make my point earlier is that I don't have the context, but knowing Infinite, I don't need it.
but no. Wow, what a cult response.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the context really is.
It's not. I'm saying the character of a person, and I'm not even saying that's a bad character. I'm just saying is that that's what he does when he debates. That's what he does. So I
Yeah,
don't understand how that's.
the context is very simple. Like this isn't complicated at all. The context was the Erica Kirk skit. I feel like is something that we shouldn't be laughing at because I believe it undermines the entire narrative of Charlie Kirk and Erica Kirk. Now you can disagree with that, and that's fine. I didn't call for Drewski to be canceled. I simply said I think we as men shouldn't be participating in it. And then when I got pushback from the room, and the pushback was essentially from someone at least in the room, look, there are no lines. So then I said, okay, great. Let's see if there's a line. And first, I used Martin Luther King Jr. being shot, and then we go around in blackface and we make fun of Coretta Scott King. And that didn't seem to move people very much. So then I went to the next
So
extreme.
then I brought the rape of my daughter.
So then, no, I didn't bring up my daughter. Anyway, so then I went to the next example because I was specifically engaging degenerate design. And I said, great, let's see if it would be funny if somebody fucked your kid. Let's say that your daughter got raped by a man. And then we're making fun of that. Now we're laughing. Now it's, haha, is that funny? Is it cool to make jokes about your daughter getting raped by a man? You know, basically that's the extreme I went to. And of course, then everybody in the, well, not everybody, but some people in the room then said, oh yeah, that's too far. That's not funny. We should, you know. I was like, oh, okay, great. So there is a line. And then I pulled back from the argument. And that's the extent of the context. And I stand by every word I said, by the way. And I would do it again. I would use the exact same example again. So, and somehow Trick equates that to my daughter, which I have no idea how, but yeah.
Yeah.
He wanted to make it personal to win an argument, so that's what he did.
Yeah, yeah. I wanted to make it personal.
Which I don't mind. He can make it personal.
Genuine, yeah. So. Yeah. I wanted to make it personal.
And by the way, degenerate design, as far as I know, excuse me, degenerate design, as far as I know, doesn't even have a daughter. So, obviously, I was bringing up a fictitious person, not a real person, as Trick is trying to do now.
Obviously.
When the weed wears off, he'll regret it probably.
Nope.
But now he's decided that since I'm unbothered by his assertions, that must somehow mean that I'm fictitious or I'm fake or I'm phony or whatever nonsense he's telling himself. Doesn't even matter.
What I'm saying, Trick, is that how could you not see? Don't be a fraud. How could you not see the escalation about his points on the Epstein victims? That he could use a point like this.
Well, because what Trick is saying is that from his perspective, there's something that has happened traumatic in his life that he felt like he could never ever joke about. So he doesn't understand how Infinite could joke about something.
No,
like
I don't think Infinite wasn't joking.
But I wasn't joking.
Infinite was proving a point. Infinite was saying, here is the line you don't cross, firm in the sand. I'm going to bring it up because it's readily available to me. And I'm saying you can bring up a line that you don't cross in the sand without bringing something that influential in your life. And I'm saying that type of influential thing I can imagine in my life, which
he already said it wasn't
someone
his
who's
daughter.
no longer with me, right? Like Infinite still has this person. This person is likely not the same and will never be the same. Unfortunately, it's terrible that it happened to them. I pride myself in my emotional intelligence, truly, right? Not to brag. I'm not being bodacious at all. I feel like as a man,
you've displayed it wonderfully tonight. By the way,
the reason I'm able as a man on the left to sleep with so many women is due to my emotional intelligence, and I can't imagine the situation I would be in where I would act or do what Infinite has done.
Yeah, I agree that you couldn't do what I've done. That's something we definitely agree on.
Yes, yeah, we definitely do. Yeah.
I don't think there's any question about that.
I definitely use my daughter's rape as a beacon of an argument. You're right.
Again, he never
brought up my daughter. I don't know why you keep saying
you 100%. We're talking. We're giving the exact recall of what happened to your daughter because you've talked to me.
No, I wasn't. What are you talking about?
Crazy. Wow, that's great.
I think it would be different, Truck, if you used your wife as an argument instead. If you were to say somebody's wife, then you were to
Right?
give
If
like
someone says
a
someone's
car
wife, yeah,
wreck
yeah,
example
yeah,
or
yeah,
something.
right. But could you imagine if, okay, I've told the whole story here, okay? Semi truck, right? If I were to be that like vaguely specific and say like a car accident or something, it would be weird.
He's so stupid.
I mean,
Infinite did the same thing.
This dude is so dumb.
the way he said that, I'm sorry. Not just like
It would
I guess
literally
I see
be
your
the
point.
same thing.
Again, this is just subjective. Is that this is how you're feeling about it? So I
It's
shouldn't.
just subjective. Yeah, good copium, dude.
No, I'm just saying is that I've heard
Yeah,
Infinite debate.
no. It's very high
He
quality
removes
copium.
himself
I'm
from it.
agreeing.
So
And
this
by
is
the
why he could
way-
be
and
confused
by
as
the
to why
way-
he thinks that you're saying is his child.
Again,
wanna
you
go
are
about
the
it, you
only
can.
one who keeps bringing up my child, which, by the way, you did. I didn't do it. You brought her up.
Look, I'm not gonna let you turn this on me as if I'm the bad guy. It's fine.
I don't believe there
Dude,
is
I've
a
stuck
bad
up for you
guy
in the
here.
past.
I waited. Look, the only person who you could reasonably be argued that you care that I brought this up in front of is washed up dude.
Dude, it's
And
not about the
I
fact that you.
initiated-
It's not about
I
a fact of.
initiated
It's
the
not about a fact. It's
conversation.
not about the fact of
You
who was
keep bringing it up
present.
though.
It's not
It
about.
doesn't matter.
I keep bringing it up. No, I don't.
Yes, you keep bringing up that I brought up your daughter. Yes, I'm not.
Yes,
saying
because I'm
that
telling.
you brought up
Because
your
every
daughter.
time you say that I'm talking about my daughter, which is literally what you've said at least 4 times now, I'm
Yeah, without a
telling
doubt,
you
yeah.
that I wasn't talking not only about my daughter, I wasn't talking about anyone's daughter specifically,
That's
which
cool,
you
dude.
just can't seem to comprehend. So,
Yeah, and
that's
if
on
I
you.
were to tell you guys that I'm a 22-year-old that at the age of 18 got engaged and lost their fiance at the age of 20, and then in a conversation bring up that like, hey, how would you guys feel if you lost someone to a semi-truck accident that was really young and you were engaged to? You would probably be like, why the fuck is Zach bringing that shit up? That doesn't make sense in this type of conversation. That sounds extremely weird and related to his personal life and his personal qualms. And all I'm saying is I got the exact same vibe from you, and yet you're having a fucking hissy fit about it. And when I brought it up, you wanted to get extremely defensive
How
and
am I
start
having a
attacking
hissy
me
fit
and
about
ad
it?
hominem me when all I wanted was clarification.
I've
All
not
I
attacked
wanted to
you at
know,
all.
All I needed to know, all I asked to know was, hey, you know, the rooms died down a little bit. I just want to know, Infinite, how could you bring it up? Like literally from an
I've not
emotional
attacked you at all.
standpoint, how could you? You are a
You've
filthy,
been allowed to
degenerate
attack
fucking liar.
me.
You
You've
shut
been allowed.
the fuck up right
You've been
now
allowed
and don't tell
to
another
attack
goddamn
me.
lie.
You've tried to get death by mod this entire time.
Do not tell another goddamn lie.
I've allowed you to talk shit incessantly. And by the way, I want everybody to notice that he said using something that happened to him personally would be unacceptable. But he literally just used the example of talking about somebody dying through a semi truck to prove the point that it's something he wouldn't talk about, which is exactly what I was doing.
If you think they're at all relatable, you've lost the plot and don't understand.
He
my
literally
criticism to
just
you
brought
at
up
all.
the exact example by
You do not
mentioning his own
understand
fiance.
The criticism.
And
at
excuse me,
all.
I'm talking. You
I'm
literally just
sorry.
brought up your own fiance dying to a semi truck to make
Imagine
the example
not
that you
tracking.
wouldn't bring up your
And now
fiance
you're being
dying to a
insensitive.
semi truck.
And now
And
you're
you
being
did that to
insensitive.
prove a point about me bringing up a situation that's adjacent to what happened to my daughter, but isn't specifically about my daughter.
Notice
I'm
how
literally
Infinite did
more
a thing.
disconnected from my
It's
example
so
than you were from
funny.
yours.
It's so funny, Infinite
So,
just used the thing called the rule
Feel
of
free to keep
threes.
going.
People are more likely to recall something if someone repeats it 3 times, and it's very interesting that he repeated my fiance's passing 3 times there. Like it's something I brought up as a
Son, you brought it
participation in
up,
the
not
argument.
me.
I brought it up to relate to you, and you're ignoring it.
Oh,
and
you brought it
demeaning.
up as an example, the same way I brought up
I
What
brought it
happens
up
to children?
I brought it up.
Oh,
No, no.
wild.
Listen. No. Incorrect.
Wild how we
I'll
did the
say
exact same thing. Pretty
no, we
crazy.
didn't do the same thing.
Oh,
We didn't
okay.
do the same thing.
Well, you're right,
Incorrect.
because I wasn't talking about my personal
Incorrect.
experience. You were. You're right.
Incorrect. We weren't.
No, I
talking about the
agree.
same
I
thing.
wasn't talking about my
And I've
personal
asked
experience,
you,
and you
and
were.
I've asked you how you could bring up it, and you can't answer.
How could
and
you bring
instead
up
you
what
bring
just
mine
happened to
up.
your?
So you're trying to get an emotional response. I get it. I
How could you
understand.
bring up what
I'll
happened to
do
your
this.
fiance just now?
That's perfect.
How could you bring that up? How could you just now talk about what happened to your fiance in such detail? How could you do that? You just talked about it very specifically. How could you do that? Oh, okay. Nothing to say now. It's so crazy, man. This dude's a lunatic. But again, I don't mind you using these attacks. It doesn't bother me. I'm Javon. I'm fake. I lied. And yeah, it's fine. It's no problem. You should definitely believe those things, by the way. How could you bring up something? I could never bring up my fiance and how she died to a semi while bringing up his fiance and how she died to a semi. Literally, I mean, just couldn't be more perfect of a fucking contradiction.
Do you think his recall right now is at all accurate? Because I feel like I attempted at the early stages.
I think you should stop fucking with the weed.
Demonstrate the point. Please stop
honestly.
interrupting me. I think at the early stages, I at least attempted to demonstrate the point without being extremely personal. And I don't know if you were here earlier, but I
Without
literally
being
started the
extremely
conversation off
personal.
with, "Hey, Infinite, I wanted to ask you." Please stop interrupting me. I wanted to ask you about earlier, and like, it didn't make
Wait,
sense.
you
to
don't
me
think bringing
how
up
you
my
were
daughter is
capable of
being
doing
personal?
X. Like,
I just want to be
why were
clear.
you can you please stop interrupting me?
I just
dude?
want to
Why
be
are you
clear.
doing
Do
that?
you believe that bringing up my daughter is personal or no?
Okay, so now that you're done interrupting me,
Do you
so,
believe that
I was
claiming
trying-
that I
can you please
lied
stop
about
interrupting me,
everything?
dude?
No, I won't. Do you believe that claiming
Okay, well,
about
after you're
everything
done, I'm
that
gonna
I've ever said?
start again.
Great. Do you believe that claiming that I've lied about everything I've ever said on the internet since you've known me is personal or no?
So, Hart, I feel like I've outlined pretty succinctly here
Apparently not.
how the way in which Infinite Diversities responded to me doesn't add up, at least experientially from my experience with them.
The no
If
experience you
you
have, yeah.
Don't feel like this hasn't added up weirdly, tell me now and tell me why it hasn't added up weirdly. Like, be super honest, because right now it feels like he's grasping at straws. Like, I feel like I've never seen Infinite the way he is currently, and I don't know if I'm hallucinating or what.
How do you think
I know you like to
am?
say I dick suck Infinite. What I'm saying is if you've been around long enough, you would know this is just how he debates. He separates himself. Again,
He
he
debates by
doesn't even
bringing
think
up
he brought up his own
daughter's
daughter.
rape.
I didn't
You're the one
bring
who
up
equated
my
it to being his
daughter.
daughter.
Why does he
I'm the
keep
hottest,
saying
y'all.
that?
Got it. Okay. All right.
It's so crazy.
No, we're just being honest. It's
Hey,
like
I get it. You're just being
I'm
honest.
detaching myself.
I get it. You and Infinite have this ability to detach yourself.
Okay.
Even when you have kids who were victims at a young age of rape.
Hart doesn't
you
have
guys
kids.
are just the best at detaching yourself from that and your emotional responses to it.
I'm not good at
and
it.
the
That's
natural
the issue.
aggression and hatred towards the person that did it. You're just better than every other
I
human.
mean, listen,
and
I've
it's
argued
my
with Infinite
fault
before.
for thinking different. Why? I'm literally apologizing. Why are you?
Because you're
interrupting me,
just
Hart?
fucking. You're
I'm
being
literally apologizing.
melodramatic.
You guys are
You're making.
you guys are right. I'm sorry.
This
I
guy
can't
has
believe I ever
no
got-
idea how insufferable he is sometimes. You know what? I'm not even mad at you, Trig. You're gonna get past this. I'm gonna say it's the weed, and I've never seen the weed make you like this. I don't really understand it right now, but I have faith that you're gonna get past it. Honestly, whatever you're going through, I hope you feel better, dog. Because I'm not gonna say I've never seen you like this, but I've definitely never seen you like this when you're high on weed. It's kind of strange.
Imagine
I
Pete
fucking missed it.
Davidson,
Oh,
you know,
dude.
at like whatever age he was when his father died in 9/11, just like the day after making 9/11 jokes, totally wouldn't come across.
Look on my screen, Riz. Look at these fucking sandworms I found, dude.
Totally wouldn't be
Let's have a
weird.
look.
Makes sense. It's just
That's
the way
Star
Pete
Citizen?
Davidson,
Yeah.
Pete Davidson is.
Did you
Yeah.
kill that?
Yeah, I killed all 3 of them. I'm harvesting their fangs. See, I've
You're
got their
fucking
fangs right here. And
Wow.
apparently,
Valaka.
I don't know what these things sell for. I need to find out. I need to go to the website and see what they sell for. But yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. That guy, he's...
What, the Dune?
What? What do you mean, the Dune? Yeah, I mean this planet. It's like you know.
No, Dune is a movie. The,
No, I
like, the
know
series,
this planet's
the
like
deep
Dune.
book and
It's
stuff,
like
right?
Arrakis. Well, actually, Arrakis
Ah, okay.
is the name of the planet, but yeah.
My dunes, my Arrakis.
Yeah, this planet's fucking cool, man. He said, "Is this
does
Star
actually look pretty
Citizen?" Yeah, dude, they've got some crazy planets with some. Oh, I should not leave my trash on the floor. With some crazy, some crazy, you know, environments and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm hunting these sandworms because it's one of the materials you need for crafting. Oh, you know what? Actually, I should have stored this. I've got storage lockers now, so that's kind of cool. You want to see my favorite part about this ship? This is my favorite part. Boom. The table. I love the table. It's where I go to eat.
That suit does not look like it'd be good for space.
because of the neck lining. Yeah,
Yeah.
they've got to do some work with the under. There's an undersuit on that should be covering that up, and I assume it's just where they did this new display. It's not showing it. But this new UI is pretty awesome. I do love it.
I don't even really. Yeah, no, that is new.
Yeah, no, check it out, dude. It's a whole new UI, and it's so much better. You got search functions now,
Yeah.
move all buttons, stack all buttons. Everything stacks automatically now. No more fucking shit scattered all over the place. I mean, just yeah. There's a looting view now, and you can loot like in a radius now. Like there's a button that
Press
lets you loot.
Alt R. Press Alt R.
Alt R to turn off my
Yeah.
my. Just you don't like that?
No. I thought it was something that you had stuck up on there.
No, I put it up there so I could watch my performance.
Oh, put it back on then. It's alright. Sorry, I just thought it was one of because I do
No,
that
it
sometimes.
don't matter. It doesn't matter. I just was trying to check it out when I first started back playing to see, like, you know, how the game was performing or whatever.
The coding on Star Citizen's pretty shit. I'm not gonna lie.
What?
Like the performance.
You
Dude,
have
you just seen my performance. My
blasphemy.
performance is
No,
great.
I know. I'm like the servers and stuff. You see NPCs all the time just walking into walls and doing other stuff.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
also sometimes things just crash.
Well, the
stuff's not
NPCs aren't supposed to be performing yet. So, what CIG has said, because I thought the same thing, but when I went back and I looked at what CIG said about the NPCs, they said, look, these NPCs aren't meant to be functional. What these NPCs are meant to do are to essentially be a living placeholder so that as we build the game, we're building it with these NPCs in the environment. That way, when we do implement AI and we do implement the code for the NPCs and they start behaving in the way they're supposed to behave, we're not struggling to come up with the resources in the game to code in these NPCs. So essentially, they just have them there to take up the space that they need to take up in the background environment.
That's kind of
So-
great until it also causes issues with the servers. Like the Australian servers just crash all the time. I'm not sure if it's attributed directly to the NPCs,
Dude,
but
I don't get crashes
I'm pretty sure
at
they take
all.
it raw.
Like, I can't even tell you the last time
Oh.
I had a crash in Star Citizen.
Oh no, it's not like crash. It's like the server itself crashes.
I'm saying I
It's not
can't tell you the
PC.
last time I've had any kind of crash in Star Citizen. It's definitely been a long time.
Maybe it's just the Australian servers. I guess they just really suck.
Well, how long has it been since you played?
Month.
Yeah, maybe it is the Australian servers, and I don't know. Do you ever play on the American servers?
Sometimes when I play with the Yank.
Die, bitch.
Are those ballistics or laser?
Not lasers.
Okay, I was gonna say you're really
Lasers.
wasting your ammo.
Yeah. Now I've got 4 laser cannons, and I've got, I think, 20 missiles on here. I
Yeah, the
wish there
missiles
was a
not
way I
reloading
could
is kind of annoying.
harvest without getting out of the ship. That would be better.
I think you're meant to go on a land vehicle and hunt them like a Sapphire.
Well, I mean, it's still faster being in a ship because you're covering so much more ground. So,
I mean, I guess, yeah.
no,
I
definitely.
want one of those dune buggies.
Those-
I want to be a
I've
Sapphire.
got those. I've got tanks. I've got little land speeders. But the thing is, like, you don't realize how much faster it is. And I'll tell you why. It's because the planets are 1/6 scale.
No, I
So
know.
yeah, so
But
like
it'd be
when you're
fun to do it in
actually
a vehicle.
traveling at that 1/6 scale, dude, you feel it. Like you really feel it.
No, I get that, but it'd be more fun in a car to me. Like, I wouldn't even mind doing the whole, trip. It'd just be more fun.
Yeah, I could have definitely brought one. I actually should have brought one. I should have brought my medevac just for the sake of of
Okay, it says young twalker that needs help.
respawning. That's what I'm trying to get to. Yeah. Ooh.
Oh. So it's not about young twalkers.
Let's see if the loot view works on these. Let's see. Valakar Juvenile Corpse looting view. Now, no. Let's see. Valakar Juvenile. Oh. No. Oh. I guess they want you to have to go up to them and pick the teeth off.
It should be an Uber death ray. Uber death harvest ray.
Well, dude,
Just
there's
beam
some.
planet
These aren't
harvest.
irradiated Valacar. There's also irradiated ones, and those are worth even more money. And I want to find those. I'm not sure where you find them, but
What makes them irradiated?
I guess they're in a radiation storm on a planet. But you have to have a
Oh,
special
okay.
suit for those. That's the thing.
Why doesn't your regular spacesuit work for that? Because you deal with radiation in space all the time.
Because the radiation is just so high. Look at the
Oh,
footprints,
fuck, it's a
dude.
grizzly bear.
Look at the footprints.
Yours, aren't they? Yeah, they are.
Yeah, but watch, they fade. Oh, that's so cool.
That doesn't make much sense, them fading so quick, but yeah.
No, it makes sense if there's like constant sand and wind and stuff. Maybe not
I
so
live in
quick. I agree,
deserts like
but
this. Well, I don't live in deserts like this, actually. Where I live is quite green, but I go to deserts like this, and they don't fill in that quick. It can take up to like half an hour sometimes to even make a dent in some footprints.
that would be cool if I could do that. I don't know if they have sandstorms on this planet, but sandstorms would be nice. I just love this environment. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, killed a grizzly bear. showing them who's boss.
What you playing?
Playing Minecraft.
I think
He's stimming.
everybody's been
Heavily
playing
modded.
Crimson Desert.
I don't know what it is.
Is it any good? Has anybody heard anything about it?
I haven't heard a single thing about it.
Hmm.
I don't really play new games anymore. Not for the reason that Heart does, but I just I can't be bothered to commit to anything.
What does that mean? You play games all the time.
Yeah, I know, but I can't be bothered to commit to a new game.
God, Gen
A lot of these
Zers have a
games are
hard
like-
time committing to games now. That really a
No,
thing?
I was going to elaborate. So,
Okay.
Honestly, at least for me.
you know, like gacha games, there's like seasons. A lot of these games have seasons now. It's really fucking annoying. Well, you gotta play the game for like 10 hours straight or something to get anything from the seasons. I just can't be fucked.
Yeah. Okay.
So I go back to all the old games that don't have that. Death Stranding 2 is a new game that I played that I quite liked. That wasn't anything like that. So I still play new games sometimes. But a lot of them I give a miss because of that.
You're
I don't live-
stupid.
Yeah, it might be. I don't live to play games. I don't want to live to play games. I don't want to have to be thinking about a game while I'm out doing stuff. Whether I've gotten a daily or done something like that.
What's up, Mickey Ray?
Yo, good, good.
Chud.
You know, I can't commit to new game. You know,
What are you talking
know-
about?
Sassy.
Yeah.
Is it sassy or sussy? I forgot.
Sassy. Never sassy.
Sassy, yeah.
just have another hit of the ball, mate.
Yeah.
Stupid.
I reckon if you find like Australian accent funny, someone needs to send Infinite the Big Les show.
Yes, someone
you
needs to
talking
send him
about?
that. Yeah. It was all made on Microsoft Paint as well.
Oh, I've been wildly entertained tonight. It's been great.
Entertained by what?
Trick.
Oh, okay. I missed it all. Fuck.
Yeah, I don't know. It was great. It was hands down one of my best moments I've ever had with Trick. Just hours of just nonsense. Well, I streamed it, so. But yeah,
Oh, that's good.
yeah.
I can go back
Just-
to it.
Just hours of nonsense coming from him.
I thought the back end of Tony nearly converted to right wing yesterday.
No
Hello.
shit.
What happened?
Apparently, Big Fat Tony nearly converted.
I don't think it's more of a conversion than just a adoption of ideas, but yeah.
Oh, dude.
What? I don't like the whole converting thing. It's kind of retarded thinking about it.
You made it more than it had to be.
Way more.
Yeah. Yes. I guess. Yeah. Well, it's an island here. How hot is it?
Isn't it funny hearing that from a lesbian?
How so?
Need I say more?
Oh, Heart
Oh, hey,
didn't
Trick, you back.
align with him. Now it's Attack Heart time. That's what's coming next. I can see it.
There's no reason to attack a liar anymore.
Couldn't get Infinite to
thoroughly
get
proved
crash
to
out
you
on me
that-
and
Dude,
ban
I argue
me.
with Infinite all the
so.
time about him.
True.
It's like
Okay.
Yeah, Hart's not right leaning, from what I know. So
Hart
No, Hart's
is
right
like
leaning.
the funny thing is, I even argued about him about what he said about the Epstein victims. Like I even did that moral argument against him.
I
Like, how
didn't.
could you
I
say such a
never.
thing?
Wait, why do you think I never act as if you think otherwise? What do you mean?
Oh my
How do you mean?
god.
I
Literally,
mean,
what were you saying
you've literally
15
told
minutes
me in
ago?
person. Sorry. Go ahead, Infinite. I guess you had something more important to say.
I mean, what were you literally saying to her 15 minutes ago when I was pulling fangs out of fucking worms?
I never accused her of anything in relation to the Epstein stuff.
Okay. No, in relation to my opinion or disagreeing with me, though.
Yeah, I think that Hart, like me, wants you to be an honest person and a genuine person, and that the stuff you've told us to not be lies. And they're just not as convinced as me.
Oh yeah, that's something else, Mickey Ray. Everything I've ever said on the internet's a lie, dude. I'm completely lied.
I don't know about everything, but
All the
everything's in
things that
question now,
matter.
Mickey.
Let's say that all the things that, according to Trick, matter. I've never been locked
Yeah.
up. I don't remember
The
what all he
important
said,
things.
but
Right.
whatever he decides is important. Whatever he
The
named.
undemonstrated things.
Yeah, I'm not
Bro, this
married.
guy's been locked up.
I've never been
We've seen
to
the photos.
You're not the most
prison.
dominant man in every room.
Yeah.
No, that's true. That is true. Actually, it's not. It's me. It's me actually.
Shit. It's so crazy. This dude's so crazy, man.
So I'm the most dominant man in any room. Glad we come to this agreement.
Is that what it is?
Anybody,
Yeah, it's me.
anybody who played Minecraft, bro, listen.
Yeah, what's wrong with Minecraft? You probably
Yeah.
played it when you were a kid.
If you was in like,
Mickey,
I don't know what.
were you here earlier?
grade you were. No, I was here like
Perfect.
maybe 8 hours.
Yeah,
ago.
no. That's fine. That's fine. So you weren't here. Do you ever randomly bring up your fears in conversations as like to prove a point?
And it begins the end.
It's lovely. I get to see it now.
What, like, as in if like I just randomly
Like,
go?
let's say,
I don't
okay,
like stuff like this.
maybe not a fear. Let's say like something that bothers you to the core, instead.
If something like sparks or reminds me of it, I guess. But I guess I wouldn't say I'll just randomly do it. But if something in the conversation like reminds me, yeah, maybe, yeah.
What do you mean?
Okay, I don't know.
Give me an example.
I asked
Yeah,
you a
just
very
give me an
vague
example.
question, Mickey. Give me
Make
a
up
very
an
specific
example.
answer to my very vague question.
Okay, so let's say we were talking about like I don't know,
Shit.
chocolate, right? And then
Okay.
I'm like, you know what? It really pisses me. Like you just say something random about chocolate, and I go, yeah, you're right. You know what? Actually, chocolate really pisses me off because I've seen that in Africa, the amount, the prices we pay for chocolate in comparison to what those workers are given is shocking. And then I start rambling about that. Like maybe that would be an
Okay,
example.
okay,
something
got
like
it. Well, okay. But yeah, let me refine it more, cause yeah. That's what I thought you understood what I was saying. That's not what I mean. So like, let's say a traumatic event happened to you, like you lost a loved one or you were taken advantage of in some form, right? It doesn't have to be rape, but or someone you hold close to you is taken advantage of in any form or fashion, right? You probably inside of a debate or conversation would avoid bringing that up if you've shared it with people to make a point, right?
I don't know, because
Like if you were a rape
if
you were a rape victim or you knew a rape victim and you wanted to drive home a point with somebody, rather than bringing up rape, you could just bring up murder instead and get across the point equally as substantial. So if you were to bring up rape, it would just seem weird.
I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of lost.
Dude,
are you saying that?
It's fine. Like I'm not even going to say nothing.
Are you saying like somebody's speaking about rape and somebody decides to change it to murder? Is that what you mean?
No. Okay. Okay.
I
Mickey,
don't get it, bro.
look.
It's too
I'll,
specific.
yeah. I'll explain
He's
it
trying
in
so hard to
uh,
poison the
a better
well
way
that he
for you.
can't
Okay.
even come up with a good way to do
I'll
it.
wait for Infinite to stop interrupting. I know he has a problem with it.
Yeah.
Not really
No,
understanding.
this
That's
is
all.
great.
Like unfair.
Yeah. No. I understand what you're telling me. You're good. I'm just waiting on Infinite to stop being a degenerate.
Doof.
So I'm asking you, for example, let's say your daughter was molested while you were in federal prison. And let's say you're having a debate with somebody, and inside of the debate, you need to prove to them that they, like, let's say they make an outlandish statement like, oh, yeah, that's always okay, or something, right? They say it's always okay to do X or something, right? And you want to demonstrate to them that the statement it's always okay for X to occur is not true. And you could demonstrate that by using murder, for example. But instead, you bring up teenagers getting molested, which happened to your daughter. Don't you think that's pretty fucking weird?
Bro, oh my god. I'm not saying. It's probably because I wasn't there, but I have no idea what's. I don't understand.
Yeah,
the
maybe
point.
you had to be
Like,
there. It was fucking weird. It was fucking weird. It was weird. It made me uncomfortable.
You know
And
what, Trick?
Infinite
Weird.
acting like what he did is totally normal is bullshit. And
Trick.
that's
Yeah.
all I'm trying to
He's
point out.
streaming, so you can go back to the stream and find the exact moment.
Yeah, dude,
and put it in
actually,
the
just
side
go.
chat so we can
I'm
understand.
good, actually. I don't think I want to watch that ever again.
Okay, then
I don't
I
think
guess
I ever
I'll go
want to
do
hear
it
it
and see
again.
how much you're
But
reacting.
if he wants to do it, he can. I'm totally okay with never hearing Infinite utter those words again because it made me uncomfortable, and my daughter's not the one that was raped.
Do you have a child?
Who is streaming?
No,
Someone is
I
streaming
don't, and I'm the one that's uncomfortable.
This
Isn't that
dude
weird
is
that the
so
guy without the
crazy.
child is more uncomfortable than the one with the child who was molested? Why is it that I'm more uncomfortable?
I don't know, but I think if you keep trying to figure out a way to word this, somebody might eventually agree with you.
I'm just more uncomfortable for no reason, I guess. My bad.
No, I think you have a lot of reasons to be uncomfortable.
Yeah, I'm just more uncomfortable for no reason.
I think if you're trying to put yourself in my
a weird
shoes in
issue I
any
have.
kind of way, you should definitely be uncomfortable. I think you'd have blisters on your feet because of how big the shoes you're trying to fill are. I don't think that you could relate to anything about my life experience in any kind of way. I don't think that anything I will ever say or do going forward will ever be dependent upon what you are capable of understanding.
Big ups.
So, but I think if you keep trying to word this in a certain way to make it sound as bad as you want it to, I think eventually you might find somebody to go, yeah, Trick, exactly
think
what
you're
you're
right.
saying is correct.
Yeah.
So
don't
keep
even
doing
get-
that.
even get what you say.
Yeah, you're right, Infinite.
Who is
Eventually I'll
streaming?
get
Someone is
there.
streaming this?
Yes, I'm streaming this.
What, on Twitch?
No, on YouTube. I'm always streaming this. Yes.
What is your thing on YouTube?
It's
What
in my
is your channel
profile.
supposed-
It's in my profile. You can just click on it if you want to see it. But yeah, I mean, like I don't think that anything Trick said should be adjusted. I think he should just keep doing exactly what he's doing. Actually.
Thank you, I agree. I think
think the
everything
bigger
Infinite
point
says
is-
should be justified, so. And I hope everyone else agrees with that, so thank you. Alright, perfect. I'm glad we agree, Infinite. We can move on. I'm not the one that brought it back up. I don't want to talk about it anymore. My opinion of you has been set in stone. We can talk about something different.
Retarded niggas.
Yeah.
They
He's
can
like,
be
you're dead to
retarded.
me. I'm removing you from my will.
It's not. Infinite's
Yeah,
not dead
exactly.
to me.
I'm
Infinite
unfriending
just
you.
need-
I'm unblocking you.
He's
I'm
taking
not
me. He's
unfriending
taking
Infinite.
me out
That's
of the
not
wheel.
That's
Yeah.
not at all what's happening. You're just lying now.
What happens if someone
I don't even have him
accidentally
as a friend.
just
Damn.
silica gel that says "Do not eat" on it. What happens if someone accidentally eats
You
it?
get hemorrhoids?
I
No,
don't. Really?
no. Silica
I don't think
is
so.
used to absorb moisture. I'm pretty sure it doesn't really do much in the body,
Pretty
unless
sure
you
it's
inhale it.
toxic.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
pretty
toxic.
sure.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it's only
It
dangerous if you
literally
inhale
said,
it.
"Do not eat." Do not
Yeah,
eat.
exactly.
Throw
Nah,
away.
just gonna
Do
make you all
not eat.
thirsty.
Yeah, but on the MREs I used to have with the noodles, they say do not ingest unless, and it has like a whole bunch of specifications for it because it will leach the
Maybe it's
hydration out
that
of you
specific
since they're
type of
dehydrated.
silica.
Maybe, but stuff like that happens all the time.
I think we're thinking of silicon maybe, or instead of silica. Silica is just an ingredient in sand, and silica is actually used in Taco Bell beef. Believe it or not, as a
Oh, okay.
ingredient for something in the meat. I don't remember
I found it.
exactly what. But yeah,
Yeah,
they
it's
put
silica gel.
silica into Taco Bell beef, which I know sounds crazy and a little bit conspiratorial. And typically, the way I word this is I say they put sand in Taco Bell beef because that sounds more dramatic and hyperbolic. But if you look it up, yeah, it's absolutely true. They put silica in Taco Bell beef.
That's
So
nasty.
enjoy. Run for
But
the border.
basically, I just looked it up. It's not toxic if ingested. It's only toxic if inhaled.
If you're
Apparently.
snorting it, yeah.
I literally just said that. I literally just said that.
That makes
Well,
sense.
thought
I
it was a
guess
little
maybe
bulb
my
that you
opinion
get in
matters more
training.
than yours.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Or
I
my
thought it was
voice.
just little
What
ball bags
matters
that you
is
get
the
in
social
training.
engineering is what matters. But yeah, apparently you can just it is not like the end of the world if you accidentally ingest it.
Yeah. Why are you concerned with that? Did you eat some?
That's
No,
weird
I
though.
just
It
brought it
says
up
do not
because I wanted
eat.
to
I guess the
change
packet
the
would do better to
conversation.
say do not snort.
Yeah. It
Well, I
actually would.
think it's
Honestly.
safe to say you probably shouldn't eat it either. It's just the fact that if you do, you probably won't die. You know.
As I was went to there is this YouTube channel. What is it called? Emo, Chubby Emo, I think. Do you know about this?
What is
It's
this?
talking about how there was one incident where some guy at some like party or something that they were having challenged each other, and he applied the the pain relief cream thingy or gel thingy that you get. He applied that on his balls, and I don't know,
What's
but
the
something
balls?
severe happened to him. I don't remember what.
Wait, did you say his balls? He applied it to his balls?
Yeah, testicles.
Okay.
You know,
Interesting.
we have cases of women who have been raped that associate their perpetrators' eyes with olives. So now these women who used to love olives are now petrified
Who's
of
talking right
olives.
now?
It's true.
No
Trick.
gods. Trick.
Where
Are
did you
you
hear
are
this?
you
Why
like Trick? Are
specifically?
you copying Infinite's talking patterns? Why are you talking like that?
Is there an issue with how I'm
I think
talking?
Well,
what's
I
more
am very
important.
influential, so it's probably
I
rubbing
think what's
off on
more
him.
important.
I'm in no way trying to copy
Fucking hell.
Infinite's talking patterns, and in actuality, I'm actually making a point against Infinite.
Wait,
No,
Yeah,
but you're
let me slide
speaking
in here. I think what's more important is what Rotten said in the side chat. What do you mean the Jersky Erica thing?
Well, that's
Oh,
what
dude.
brought up
Okay.
this whole controversy. That's where it started. Was based
Oh,
on the
I know.
So
Oh,
I'm just
okay,
being
gotcha.
smart ass.
did a second like white person skit, but this time he did conservative women.
No,
and he,
we've
was
all
doing
seen it. We've all seen it. It's
That's so
actually
fucking
it's
funny.
actually what's
Assuredly.
been the topic of conversation in here for quite a while. But
Did you think it was
so
funny?
You missed all
I
of
asked
it
Corey,
because
did
you
you
don't
think it
come
was
around that
funny?
much anymore.
no,
Fuck you.
I did not think it was funny. Well, let me say this. Let me actually change my mind. I wouldn't say it couldn't be funny. I would say that it's not. My critique earlier was that we should not be engaging in it, and that it's low class to do so. So I wouldn't say Drewski should be canceled. I wouldn't say that he shouldn't be allowed to make his funny because he's actually a pretty funny guy.
Yeah.
His redneck NASCAR shit's one of my favorite skits he's ever
Yeah,
done.
no, that was hilarious.
My critique about Erica Kirk was simply that to just like quickly summarize it. there's a lot of talk in the media, particularly amongst the right and the Jew-spiricists, especially that this guy was killed by the Jews. He wasn't killed by the tranny-loving left. That Erica Kirk is somehow faking it, and she's just worried about the money. And what happened to Charlie Kirk wasn't really a tragedy because he wasn't really that good of a guy anyway. And Erica's fucking the vice president, and she's faking crying all the time. Just all the shit that, and you probably agree with half of what I just said, Rod, and I understand that.
Some of it,
And
yeah.
all of that is just basically culminated into, now we can just do whiteface and we can dress up in this way and we can act this way and we
Well,
can make
hold
fun
on,
of it,
hold on,
we
hold
can
on.
undermine it, and basically not trying to make the point again, although I definitely will make the point again if need be. There are some lines that we just shouldn't cross, and I think undermining political murder in the form of making fun of someone's grieving widow and therefore invalidating their grief, uh, and possibly even the fact that someone was actually murdered for political reasons, is just not something that we as men should be engaging in. Same way we shouldn't be
Interesting.
engaging in pornography. So
Or like
So
that's
your
my
daughter's rape.
my biggest thing about this is, I mean, for one, even if we take away like the Jewish conspiracy, right? Especially because I'm at work and I don't want to engage in that too much. But even if we take
He's like,
even if
I'm
we
here
take that out
guarding
of
the
the
Jewish
equation,
Holocaust Museum. I don't really want to engage in
yeah.
Jew-spiracies right
So
now.
so if we take that out of the equation, I still probably would say Erica Kirk grieves in a very odd way at the very least. But I think when you say whiteface,
Who are
right?
you to tell
I,
Erica Kirk she grieves in an odd way?
I'm
I
I'm
bring
me.
up my daughter's
Trick, fuck you.
sexual assault to cope with her sexual assault. Ah,
um, what were you saying, Rotten? Oh, that was a
So
troll
can we
talking.
talk about silica gel again, or are we gonna have the conversation all over again?
Well, no, I was just gonna say I think this instance specifically of whiteface though proves, because I always, if I say blackface is okay, I'm always pointing at Tropic Thunder. And I think this is just another, like, Drewski has twice now done something that I thought was
I don't think
you know
whiteface is not is how do I say this? I don't think I don't think whiteface is not okay. I think it's
I
fine.
don't think blackface is bad. I don't think
No.
blackface is
I
bad if
listen.
we're yeah.
I'm not saying it's bad at all. I think
Okay.
whiteface, blackface is totally fine. I think whiteface in the service of undermining a recent political murder by making fun of someone's wife and acting as if the grief is not legitimate and therefore feeding into the narrative that the murder was somehow illegitimate is what I have. What I tried to equate this to earlier was, imagine if back when Martin Luther King Jr. got his cantaloupe peeled at the Lorraine Motel in Memphis, and then
But he got
we,
shot in the chest.
a few months later had white male comedians dressing up as Loretta Scott King in blackface and doing their impression of a grieving black widow post 1960s civil rights era America. Um, I think that would have been tacky. I think that would have been inappropriate. I think that would have been low class. So, in much the
Gotcha.
same way, that's how I would equate this. The pushback that I then got from people, just to head off the troll at the pass, I'll just go ahead and say it. The pushback that I got from this was, look, there are just no bounds to comedy. That just anything goes. So then I brought up to the person who said that, at least one of the people, Degenerate Designs. I said, look, well then great. What if your daughter gets raped by a man and we just make fun of that? What if we just start cracking jokes about your daughter getting butt fucked by a grown man? Is that funny? Do you think that's a joke? Are you laughing now?
Doof.
And of course, everybody in the room then was like, "Oh no, that's inappropriate. That's too far. That's too
So
much." We
I
definitely couldn't laugh and joke about that. To which I said, "Okay, great. So there is a line to comedy." And of course,
so
everybody then
I would
agreed there is a line. Now, people may still disagree that Erica Kirk being made fun of is the line, but that wasn't my
yeah.
critique. My critique was to push back against the notion that there isn't a line, because there obviously
Okay.
is.
Okay.
for the vast majority of people, I think the vast majority of people would not say we should make fun of this person's daughter getting butt fucked by a grown man.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I would just say like if
Cue
for
the
example
incoming
these
outrage, moral outrage, by the way. Cue that. But
well
anyway, keep going.
well I think if this situation is the situation is then changed by, let's say, the dad going and onto a stage with like pyrotechnics, and he's like, really making a fucking display of it. I think making fun of the individual who's acting that way after said incidents isn't exactly making fun of that incident. I understand that you're saying that they're making fun of a grieving widow, but this grief is very odd.
Yeah, but odd compared to what?
Yeah.
Like, what are you comparing it to?
I mean, you know, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure that you've lost people. I don't know if you
Yeah, how many
were going
people
on.
here have lost a husband to political assassination?
I mean, I don't know how you lost your husband, but I haven't.
That was a good
But
one. That was pretty good, actually.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, I agree.
But the point is like, I think that loss is like, I don't know how many people have lost their husband to political violence and then went on to like grieve in such a and that's the other thing. We do have more access to people now that we're in the age of the internet, so it is hard to like, say they have to be sad all the time, because we all know that like grief is not something that you have to like stay in at all times. It's just, I think the critique of Erica Kirk comes more from her readiness to move on, that she portrays at the very least, the interpreted readiness to move on rather than
I think
the
it comes
actual
from
death of Charlie.
people who have a projected view of what someone should do in these situations. And by the way, I don't take this just from Erica Kirk. I've seen this many times. I've seen this in regards to the way certain people have been critiqued about acting after they've lost children to murder. I've seen this in regards to how people act when they had people who were kidnapped, and you see this in like Mr. Ballin episodes. I've seen this in murder shows. I've seen this where
My
they
God, you just mentioned Mr. Ballin. It's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah, where there'll be this case of something happening, and the cops even will hone in on the behavior of the person who is the victim, or who is the family member of the victim, and they'll basically say, "Look, this person wasn't acting right. It created suspicion around them, or something like that." And what you come to realize the longer you live and the more of these cases you see is that the way people behave in these scenarios is just very unpredictable. That we actually don't have a good internal reference point for how people should act in these scenarios. And the way that we think they should act is based on some dramatized soap opera version, some TV event, some movie.
Yeah.
It's not based on our real world experiences. And so that's where I think a lot of this comes from. But then I think the other half of this comes from the notion that there is certainly an aspect of society that wants to undermine and downplay the seriousness and the uh, substantial impact that Charlie Kirk's death had. And they're able to do that most easily through Erica Kirk. She is the instrument of minimization of Charlie Kirk's murder in a lot of cases. Not saying that Drewski's doing that. By the way, I don't think Drewski is doing that. I think he's just doing the too soon comedy bit, right? Like that's what he's doing. So yeah, I just think we shouldn't participate in it. That's all. But yeah, keep going.
I get that. I like, as far as the separate Erica Kirk hate goes, for like, because a lot of people are a lot of people started hating Erica Kirk because of her involvement with Charlie Kirk. Now, I don't share that prerogative. I always was an Erica Kirk hater. I was doing it before it was cool. But I still don't. I would agree with you. I don't think that I don't think that it is it's a good thing to put what our perceived idea of grief onto others. Even if we don't necessarily like those people, I think deciding that they should be acting this way is kind of a silly thing to get behind, anyways.
Yeah, I just think it
in the
doesn't
face of
really
something
hold
as
up
crazy as this.
when we look at it. Like
Yeah.
it just our perceptions of what someone should be doing. And by the way, this is a big part of the critique that you know I was experiencing from Trick earlier when he was so desperately trying to cling to some way to critique me. Is based on your experience and your whatever, this is how you should be behaving, these are the things you should say or shouldn't say. Like this is all nonsense, this is all fucking Narnia. um but yeah, I mean, look, again, I'm not hating anybody who watched the skit. I'm not saying it couldn't be funny. I'm just saying that I think as men we just shouldn't engage with it, and if you do, you're not the worst person in the world, and if you don't, I think you're better for it. And that's the
I
entirety
mean,
of my critique. So.
and I'll also say that I think that this being the thing that is like, I think there was other things that minimized Charlie Kirk's death more than this. The Kirkified photos definitely like were not we're not doing you any favors.
What are the Kirkified photos? I'm not familiar. You're talking past me now.
It's just people who like AI edited like Charlie Kirk's face onto like literally like for the first couple months after that they edited his face onto everything.
You mean like Trick's profile picture?
No, that's not an edit. That's
no, I
South
know
Park.
that's
and they
South Park,
actually,
but I'm saying South Park edited his right. Like that's, or you're talking about something else. You're not talking about the stuff that's making fun or laughing at him. You're talking about stuff that's trying to actually deify him, essentially.
I'm talking
like George
about
Floyd, I
like,
think.
Yeah, like you're talking about the stuff that's trying to memorialize him in some way.
I don't know if it was trying to memorialize.
Or are you
him. I
talking
think a
about the
lot of it was, like,
commercialization of his memorial? Are you talking about the fact that
Yeah,
people are trying
I
to
think
commercialize it
yeah.
and make money off of it? Because I agree with that critique,
people-
by the way.
People just put his face on absolutely everything, whether that was for a joke or to commercialize it or to memorialize him. His face was on every fucking thing.
See,
And I
I'll
think
give you
that's
an
another reason why it
example of
became, like,
that
such
where
a big joke.
I actually agree with you here. So Abigail has a business called Cardinal Rose Jewelry where she makes jewelry and she sells it on Etsy and other places. And
Isn't she a teacher?
yeah, she's a teacher, but she also makes
Oh.
jewelry because she's just a pretty talented chick. Anyway, it, she actually talked about when Charlie Kirk died. She's like, should we make something to memorialize Charlie Kirk that I could sell on Etsy or whatever? And I said no. I didn't think we should do that just because of that reason, because it's commercializing it. So like I get it. I understand what's been said in that regard. And I do think the right wing did that, by the way. I think the right capitalized on his death politically, or tried to. We watched the whole funeral live here on stream, and a bunch of people in the chat, and I disagreed at the time with the things that Trump said at the funeral. I disagree. Here's the crazy part. I agreed with everything Stephen Miller said, but I disagreed with him saying it at that time and place. I thought that just wasn't.
What about Kash Patel? Did you agree with Kash Patel? I'll see you in Valhalla, brother.
I don't remember Kash Patel's whole thing as much. It didn't stick with me, but Stephen Miller definitely did. I mean, Donald Trump, the shit he said, I was just like, this is. I mean, it was just typical Donald Trump, but it's just shit that shouldn't have been said in that moment. So yeah, I do think the right did that, but
I'll see you in Valhalla, brother.
I also think that Erica Kirk standing up there and announcing that she forgave the person who killed her husband was just one of the most honest moments I've probably ever seen in my life.
Interesting.
Because the idea of like doing that and quelling the hate and trying to bring down the temperature and professing, like doing the actual Christian thing of forgiveness even to your enemies, I thought was very real. And I don't think we'd ever see somebody on the left do that. But I just don't think that would ever happen. So I would even go so far as to say I don't know that we'd ever see a non-Christian do that. It's a very Christian value to forgive your enemy.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I've seen a lot of really interesting things like that where somebody like has to go through something awful, they forgive their person. It's always always a Christian forgiving somebody. Uh, that was one of the things someone like made me say a good thing about each Abrahamic religion. That's what I said about Christians are
Well,
forgiving,
having grown up
and they
around a lot
build
of
strong
black
communities.
folks, it's actually a common thing in a lot of black communities where, as Christians, that they hold to this idea. And I've seen this in court cases, famous ones and not famous ones. And it's even to the point where I've heard certain people from the black community say, fuck that. Like, we got to stop doing this shit. Like, this idea of forgiving people that transgress against us and having Christianity used against us in this way is just unacceptable. You know, so yeah, it's a really Christian idea, and I think it was actually a really powerful movement for the country that she did that. Uh,
Yeah.
because who knows what
Oh,
type of
that's how
retaliation we might have seen. You know, I don't know.
Ada's family is super divided on shit like that. So like they came from they came from the Middle East, and they're also pretty like, I know it's gonna sound crazy, but the average individual over there is they're very generous and forgiving with like what they do. Like if you like compliment his jacket, he'll try to give it to you off of his back. He's just that kind of person. And when he first like they were like there's like a split in their family about being so forgiving and being so like generous, because they get like they aren't her cousins and stuff aren't happy about how forgiving and generous the older people in their family are. And they're Christian. The people who are the older people in the family are Christian. Which I didn't know until recently, because I thought they were all Muslim. Only
Who are you talking about?
My girl's family. So
Oh,
she
somebody
has
you know. Okay, I didn't know if you said your girl or not. Yeah. Gotcha.
My girl's family, they're all Christian or Muslim.
What about Crosland?
Yeah, they're like Muslim. Yeah, exactly. I think she actually said that specific word, which kind of pissed me off that you
Wait,
just said it.
unironically?
Well. Unironically,
I stole that from Javon.
Well, we all heard it
That's
from
I think
Javon.
she said it because it was funny.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I think she said it because it was funny, but
I mean, it is a real thing, Crosland.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
I think it was Mark who actually looked it up and told us that was a real thing.
Mm.
Yeah.
What a weird concept.
It's a weird thing. It's a real thing, but Javon's still a weirdo.
Are they like Muslims who eat pork? Because I know a lot of those.
I don't know. Don't Jews not eat pork too?
They don't. They don't actually. I'm learning a lot.
Yeah,
about
and it's
Jewish
for a really
people from
retarded
talking
reason.
here.
The truest form of Christianity probably wouldn't eat pork. My opinion about Christians is always like, you should be doing what Jesus did. And pretty sure Jesus did most of the shit that Jews do. The Last Supper was Passover supper. So Jesus celebrated Passover, and Christians don't celebrate Passover. They celebrate Easter.
Some of these more Orthodox Jews on Saturdays, they don't want to cause a spark, quote unquote. Like they're not allowed to cause a spark. So like, bro, this shit actually pissed me off. This guy wouldn't go through the metal detector because he didn't want to cause a spark. Okay, fine. I'll just wand you down, and I wanded him down. He had a pair of fucking pliers on him. I was like, bro, you can't come in here with those.
So how does he think the handheld detector works? Does he think it works on fucking magic?
Because it's because I caused the spark.
Oh. No, he caused it by having pliers in his fucking pants, actually.
That's what I was thinking, but it's anything to like, bro. And then like the guy who runs the front desk was like, just let him in. I'm like, no, like they keep trying to tell like, so the museum's policy and the security policy that I run, they keep conflicting because they're like, yeah, just let him in. I'm like, fuck no, I'm not letting him in. He has pliers on him.
Are those pliers in your pants, or are you just circumcised and happy to see me? So crazy.
Yeah,
hang on a minute. So you work at a museum?
No, he works at a Jewish Holocaust museum, and he's a fucking Jew spiritualist, Holocaust denying fucking.
Wait, does he actually? I thought that was just a bit. I thought
no,
that was a bit.
No, it's why it's so great. It's perfect, actually.
No, I'm not. So I'm not. So I'm actually not anti-Semitic. Keep that in mind. I'm not anti-Semitic. I've realized, and this is only It's reinforced my belief that there's two kinds of Jews. There's the victims, and then there's people who tell them to be victims. It's like that with most minority groups.
He's not
They
anti-Semitic.
don't
He
need to be
just has
told
a
they're
lot of
victims.
Jew-spiracies
They
in his
fucking
brain. Yeah.
Bro, no, because listen. I keep hearing them say like this passing comments like, "We really are in a second Holocaust. It's like a second Holocaust. This is like the Holocaust all over again." They say that shit all the time in here, and I mean that so genuinely. It actually, I have to bite my tongue
He
every
means
time.
that low Kirkenuanly.
You don't think that they can smell it coming, Doc?
Oh, you think that it is? You think that it is coming?
You think that it's not here?
I think that they're one of the most powerful groups on the planet. I don't think that we have to worry about that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not yet at least.
Well, that's good.
I think. Yeah. I also found that the first Jews in America came from Brazil, which actually kind of irked me a little bit.
Low Kirkenuanly though.
Up.
For real.
Yeah, I don't know. It definitely is perspective changing a little bit. I will say I still believe what I believe, but it did remind me that not all Jews are bad. Remind me that most
You know
of them
what
are
we
just
should
normal
do?
people.
We should set up a
I did get
program,
called
right?
a goy though. I did get called goy the other day.
Why?
Goy slut.
It was by the pliers guy.
Bruh. Goy just
Yeah,
means
he,
cattle. Why are they calling you
Dude.
cattle, bruh?
Immediately
He-
go to
he-
fuck a sucker punched him.
Well, that would be a
Sucker
hate
punch that
crime.
cock. Oh well. He hated on you by calling you a cattle.
I made him put the pliers back, and on his way out, he called me. I'm like, oh.